Normally it's just an argument and
give me an example.
Hey, I went and bought this thing that you didn't know about. Oh, why'd you do that? Because I make the money. That's the example of the argument.
I always feel like I'm being judged for how I spend my money when I make the money.
I literally just called it.
Took all my credit cards out of my wallet, like the dramatic queen I am, and bent them in front of her and threw them at her.
Yep, anger problem. He did it aggressively and in a way that made her afraid of him.
You recognize this and
Yeah.
you're telling me this, so why have you not worked on this?
Because I don't care.
He sounds like a guy who loves his kid.
She doesn't tell me no very often.
Oh, it's her fault, guys.
Why doesn't she have access?
She's never asked for it.
I can't handle this guy.
You called her lazy for having the flu?
I didn't call her lazy for having.
Yeah, okay. I would say something, but I would get banned off from all my platforms, and then I wouldn't be able to support my family. They have a more traditional relationship where he makes more of the money, and he uses that to bully the shit out of her, and she feels hopeless because he also has anger problems, and he'll snap in front of her, and so she lives her life walking on eggshells. She's trapped in a relationship, and she loves him. It's crazy how much Caleb is advocating for her to leave this guy. It's actually insane. I agree with him. Listen, let's get this party started. It's a little, I like to do a little fun Caleb Hammer time. My wife actually asked me to watch this video of Caleb, like this Caleb Hammer video, because apparently the guy is like insane. So she asked me to watch it, and I love watching Caleb. I like Caleb. Caleb and I are unironic friends. He's looking a little gay in this picture, which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with it. I love Caleb. Let's just go.
You have no self-control?
Not really.
So why have you not worked on this?
Because I don't care.
Okay, great start.
How do you get out of a hole when he has that mindset?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's my money.
Not our money, my
Damn.
money.
It is my money. I pay for her house. I pay for her groceries.
It's a little.
I don't know, man. When you get married, well, I'm assuming these two are married, or you merge your finances, it's really not your money anymore. I'll tell you from my experience, my wife has done a tremendous amount for me. Like I make significantly more money than my wife, but like it's still her money. I mean, she's the reason why I'm doing so well. You know, she's a pretty big, a pretty considerable factor as to why I do so well. I mean, she's made me a better person. So you gotta, and she takes care of the house and stuff. So
A little hurtful when he says stuff like that.
I don't like talking about it.
He's the problem.
She doesn't hurt my feelings.
I
She
feel
just
like I
thinks
do.
she hurts my feelings.
I kind of feel
this
like
guy's such
I've
a
given
cool
up a little bit
guy.
because I don't know what to do.
damn.
Download my new simple
I don't know. Maybe you should just. I guess she can't afford to hire hitmen, so she's got to go there. What is happening? Go.
budget app today and take control of your money once and for all.
I agree.
Hi, my name is Tessa and I'm 26.
Hi, my name is Wesley, and I'm 28. And
Oh, he's only 2 years older than her. Okay. I'm surprised. I don't know. I feel like it's usually dudes that are like much older that are these types of people, like compared to the relationship. But
we live in Killeen, Texas.
And this is Financial Audit.
Every fucking time. Colleen, man. Colleen, if I have someone from Colleen, I know it's going to be a wild episode. This is something about Colleen. There's like a chemical leak there. It's just like
Probably.
up everyone. All right, well, let's start with you, Tessa. You're in front of me. So what do you do for a living?
I work at a small animal shelter. I'm an animal control officer, but I mainly work at the shelter.
Okay, what are you making?
I think I make. I know what.
let me tell you, man, if I was struggling financially, there's no I think I makes. You know what I mean? Like I kind of know what I make. But like I'm very fortunate. I don't have to like budget so much anymore.
I bring in. I don't know.
But when I had to budget, there was no, oh, I think I make this. I was like, I think this is exactly how much money I make because I have to budget my money, you know?
What I make hourly. I think it's 18,
But how do you
14.
not? I've seen comments recently. Like, how does someone come on to Financial Audit and not know what they
Yeah,
make? Honestly, I'm also confused and concerned at that.
Yeah, I really don't understand that. If you don't know how much money that you're making, that suggests to me that you're just being wildly irresponsible, unless you have like enough money to not really have to care.
How do you not know what you make hourly so that when you have a conversation about getting raised to an hourly wage, you know, like what you're getting paid versus what you're going to get paid? Like, how do we not know?
Because I don't really think about the hourly. Because I mean, I know I get a raise every year, and it's a 3% raise.
I guess that's fair, but she knows how much she makes a week or every other week, I guess a paycheck. I still like to know how much I make hourly. I don't know, man. I like to pinch those pennies. I can't even speak. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't look.
Well, that's more of like a cost of living raise. That's not really.
It's not
okay.
like an
Yeah.
actual beneficial.
Do you know how
raise.
many hours a week
Well, it is a beneficial raise if it keeps you stable. So, but like, yes, I understand what they mean.
you work?
Yes, I work 40 hours.
Okay. So wouldn't it be important then to know?
I mean,
So
I
that she
know
could work
what my
more, you
paycheck
can work
is.
less. I mean, he's obviously agreeing out of the gate, like, oh yeah, she should know. What do you
Yeah, I agree.
think? I don't know. What is your perception of this?
I think she should know how much hourly she should make.
I mean, I agree. It does sound like she does not exactly be super duper responsible. She doesn't seem to be particularly responsible. If she doesn't even know how much she makes, it suggests to me maybe she relies a little too much on him.
Yeah.
She should be also trying to increase her hourly for what she does.
Well,
Is she not?
No.
There's not really anything I can do. Like, there's no way to move up other than take my supervisor's job because there's only 3 of us at my job.
Yeah, maybe find a new job or work a second job, but I can understand that. I feel like, and this is just my experience, but I feel like women aren't super adamant about trying to move up in their workplace to the same degree that men might be. Like for me, I'm always trying to do better. My wife is very comfortable at her job, and she's great. She's a social worker. She works, with people, with adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. She's gotten asked if she wants a promotion. She doesn't. She's comfortable. She's happy. I don't really get it, but I love her, and whatever makes her happy.
Or move to a different place.
Yeah, it's just really,
Job-wise.
yeah, I've been looking. It's just kind of hard.
What's looking?
I just kind of browse and see what other places
Okay.
are hiring.
Browse.
And what
It's like, what was she looking at porn? Like, you browse.
the benefits are, because I try and look at the benefits because that's really important to me because I have really good benefits because I work
Yeah,
for the
benefits
city.
is good.
That's great. I mean, I wonder what that means because benefits are insane. Like my wife and I pay like $600 or $650 a month for insurance. We have a $9,000 deductible, but I don't have insurance through my job. This is my job. This is what I do. I watch Caleb Hammer all day. So we need, that's better than nothing. So benefits are very helpful, obviously.
But there is a break-even point and a point where you make more over the lifetime. When we calculate compound interest that you're putting into a retirement account, there are different things. But I do understand that. Yes, public jobs usually come with some good bennies. Okay, so what
Very good benefits. That's pretty significant.
hits your account then? If that's what you know.
Yes, bi-weekly I make $1,048.
So $500 a week, I'm assuming after taxes and after benefit pay, like contributions. Okay, I guess it's not terrible. I don't know. I mean, if they have 2 incomes, and if she has decent, insurance or whatever.
Whoa, 1,048.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really not much.
No.
We're talking like
Well, how much does he bring in? I don't even know how much my wife brings in. I don't know. Math is hard.
what is 25,000 hours a year net?
Mm-hmm.
You can't survive off of that. How long have you guys been together? Because no
Well, I mean, they have 2 incomes.
way you'd be surviving.
No, we've
That's-
been together since high school.
Oh, there you go. There it is. That's why they're not working out. I tell you, man, it's hard to, when you're a kid, how do you know that you're like in love? You're a kid and then you fall for somebody. You're in the same place then. But then time goes on, you grow probably in different directions. Very difficult to grow in the same direction when you're young. That's where the tensions rise more and people start to hate each other more,
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's had this job going on 5 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
What year in high school?
I was a senior.
I was a sophomore.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
2 years
Twitter's
is.
not going to like that, guys. Twitter
Okay.
is not going to like that.
It was legal.
Well, it's 2 years. I don't care. It's not a big deal, but Caleb's just being a little silly guy.
They're not going to like that you said that. Okay, and you, Mr. PDF, what
Jesus Christ.
what do you make?
So I make a salary, which is also turned into hourly. Hourly, I make
Okay.
$36.06 an hour.
Okay, now that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
1, knowing our wage. 2, a good wage. Okay.
But I also make per diem for every day that I work, which is
What?
$125 a day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What is that meant to be covering?
Living expenses.
Wait, what do you do?
So I work in the power line industry.
Yeah, you do. That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was a transmission lineman, and I got out of the field around when we had our daughter, and I became an assistant.
Oh shit! How old is their daughter? I wonder. Don't tell me she's like 8 years old. Don't tell me they had a baby at in high school or whatever. That would be fucking insane.
And project manager.
We have a kid.
Yes.
What's the age of the kid?
16 months.
Okay, it's about a year. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is this the only kid?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
We had a power line technician or a lineman out at one point on the show, and he made a ton of money. So what is hitting your account on a monthly basis for everything?
It ranges. So
Average.
average is around $1,500
A
He
month?
said monthly,
monthly.
not weekly.
1,500 per.
$1,500 a week.
Oh,
I'm about to say that doesn't sound right at all. Okay. After taxes, it's solid.
okay.
So about $6,000.
Yeah, just about. Obviously, some months we have less, some months we have more. If it's per
Some
week,
le-
like
some-
February.
Like
Then-
some months I have more due to overtime. So the way my company works is anything on Saturday and Sunday, as long as it's crew supported, I get straight pay.
Right.
But my salary is always.
But we're
the same.
averaging 6,000,
We're averaging 6,000.
including like really good overtime months and really just
No,
bad.
so
what do you average? What do you average make then? What average hits your account? I need to average this thing.
average would be $7,000.
Probably
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is that before or after taxes? I'm not understanding exactly.
And
Cool.
the lower end is probably 6.
So with that, I mean, that makes sense. And for a range, that's not that crazy. So with that, I mean, we make as a household $96,000 a year net.
So that's after taxes. That's solid. Okay.
You were talking net, right? With that
Yes,
7,000. So that's delicious. Oh wait, no. Sorry.
Right. What is net? Like gross income is everything in together. Net is like what you basically get after a certain point. So that's after taxes. Yes.
No, because of that new number, now it's a little more. $108,000 a year. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are you on this show? Yeah, you wouldn't come on the show if they. Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? What are we talking about?
I like to spend money and not tell my wife.
Okay. Well, that's definitely not good. You gotta tell your wife. You know. Well, I mean, it makes sense with this pattern of behavior where he doesn't seem to think that he needs to talk to his wife about his expenses. I mean, he thinks it's his money, even though they're together. It's not really your money anymore at a certain point. So.
Yeah, that's a classic situation on the show at this point. Okay. Would you agree that's why you're here?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay.
He really likes
So is that what it is? He makes more of the money, and he feels like probably even like some kind of resentment, possibly. So he's like, "Oh, I could do whatever I want because I make most of the money, which means I could spend it." I don't know. It's just like fucking immature, in my opinion.
to buy things, all the things, and then I'll look at our bank account and I'm like, "Hey, what is this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's this or that's this."
What the hell is he spending
That's
on?
super fun.
Why aren't you guys talking?
We do. It normally just doesn't end well, and we
Why?
try. Normally it's just an argument, and it doesn't go.
Give me an
super great.
example. Like, give me
Here's
like your
the
last.
Here's the example of the argument. Hey, I went and bought this thing that you didn't know about. Oh, why'd you do that? Because I make the money. That's the example of the argument. I don't think that they're mature enough to be in this relationship. It sounds like she's contributing decently. Like she has a job that pays money, but it also has decent benefits. Although, why wouldn't his job have benefits?
Last major conversation around all this.
The last major conversation, one of us ended in tears.
Which one?
Okay, one of us means she did. So he said some kind of like hurtful shit. Okay.
Funny.
Not me.
Who could guess? That was me.
Tell me what happened.
We bicker a lot. Growing up, my parents fought about money, so it's never made me comfortable to talk about.
Okay. No, I don't think that's. I'm just going to tell you that's not what happened. They would fight about money because dad had the same complex that he does, where I make most of the money, which means it's all my money, not respecting like the sanctity of a marriage and a relationship. That's what it actually is.
And I always feel like I'm being judged for how I spend my money when I make the money.
Exactly. What did I just say? What did I literally just called it.
But
So you feel you view it as yours?
I don't view it as mine. I view it as I
Yes, you do. You view it as yours. You feel like there's an entitlement for the money.
worked hard.
Like he put
Okay.
the effort into.
Yeah, I'm sure he did work hard, but you have a wife. You're both working. You have a kid. The kid's the priority.
Make a lot of money.
70 to 80 hour
Well,
weeks.
if you blow it all, you're working hard for something that's not going to be there.
But I can't take it with me when I die.
Yeah, but
Okay, but your kids can. Like that's the whole point is to like raise money to have kids. No.
when you die, statistically, it will be multiple decades from now, and you already have a kid
Yeah.
that you might want to set up in some kind of way or prepare you guys for being set up in some kind of way so that they're not putting their life on hold. Okay, so the conversation went how? When what?
Basically, the conversation did not end well. She just
Yeah, he started screaming at her. You could already tell that. You could already tell how this happened. He started screaming at her, and that's how all this went down.
discovered that I had a very high credit spending limit. And
Spending limit.
Jesus.
spent credit.
How'd you find
debt.
out? How'd you find out?
I told her.
He outed himself.
I outed myself.
How'd this conversation start though? Like,
How did he out himself? Because part of me feels like did he say it as like almost like a like an own, like I could do whatever I want, or did he do it because he was trying to be transparent?
what? We were just sitting down, and all of a sudden you're just like,
Yeah.
Tessa.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we were just laying in bed after we had watched TV. I talk a lot right before we go to bed. And normally someone's like, okay, good night. And I was just rambling and then,
It was right there,
can't
right
take
before
that.
turning over for bed.
Yes.
It's a horrible time.
Exactly.
yeah, I talk a lot to him
What?
right before bed because I feel like he's trapped. He can't.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm doing a terrible scheme. I feel like you have to. I don't know. From my perspective, it makes sense if you have some kind of an anger or something. You have to work it out before you go to sleep. That's what I've always learned personally.
go anywhere.
Well,
and so I
sure,
get all my
talk.
words in for the day.
Well, you want to get in all the bullshit though?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm part of the philosophy, like the dating philosophy of don't go to bed angry. So it makes sense for her to do that.
It wasn't me. He started.
Yeah, but
just-
it's confrontational at that.
I don't know, Caleb. I feel like you're. I feel like you gotta. I feel like you're. You gotta understand relationships a little more. That makes sense to me.
Very confrontational.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you told her. What did you tell her?
That I had spent a lot of money and
That's it. You said a lot of money.
I had spent a lot of money, and
On
that
what?
I was not proud of how far I had let it go. But I
Was this guy like a gambler or something?
knew that
Over the last month?
couple months, yeah.
Wait, no. What did you actually say, please? I want to be in on this to know how this goes. How this relationship goes when you guys talk about money. What did you say?
I said that we were going to have to make some payments, or get a personal loan. Yeah.
Okay.
To afford the payment. because
Oh,
the
to afford the payment?
Yeah, the payment.
Oh,
was really high.
$106,000 a year net in a pretty cheap area. I mean, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened from there?
I took all my credit cards out of my wallet, like the dramatic queen I am, and bent them in front of her and threw them at her.
Yep, anger problem. What do you think? How did I call it? He did that out of anger. He did it aggressively and in a way that made him aggressively, angrily, in a way that made her afraid of him. 100%.
Not aggressively, but
Just
Yes, aggressively. Don't. Hey, don't bullshit a bullshitter, all right?
more
Toss
like
them.
at the floor, angrily. But
And aggressively.
yeah, I have a hard
Like this is the problem, right? Because like I have anger problems too. Just to be clear, I'm not proud of it. But when you have somebody like that doesn't understand or acknowledge their anger problems, that's an even bigger issue. Because he's like, I didn't do it angrily. Yes, he did. He did it, or he didn't do. He said, I didn't do it aggressively. Yes, he did. He just doesn't realize it because he's not self-aware enough. So he's not even going to be able to correct his anger problems because he's not even aware of his shit. But when you do something like that, like you just said he did it like out of some kind of anger, just not aggressively. Yes, you did. You did it, and it's like scary to other people. You know, you might not realize it, but you have to get your shit together, and you have to become more like aware of yourself. Or you're just going to continuously, like whether it's intentional or not, you're going to continue to terrify the people around you.
time with all that because I try and plan things and I want to have good things, and then I find out, well, we're kind of in a little bit of a hole and maybe all these plans can't go the way that I thought.
What did you say?
I don't really remember. It's probably been a couple months since that specific conversation,
But you guys just bicker back and forth?
yeah, money's always been kind of a hard topic because we have very different views. I like to save money and I like to see it just sitting in the account.
Is that true? When I go through this, will that be true? Will that be proven true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how do you guys actually manage your finances together then? If we have a spender, we have a saver, and we have someone that has to admit that over the last couple months.
Well, the way it works is that she likes to save money and that he doesn't because he feels like it's his money. He feels entitled, so he does whatever he wants. That's what basically is happening.
I've spent all this money on a credit card, and you only found out because you said that in bed. So how are we doing money for the house?
I think a few months ago, or I guess in October, I set up a separate bank account where my income goes.
Really? Why?
Because he's incapable of... What do you mean, why? He's incapable of saving money. That makes absolutely perfect sense. With that context considered, he's incapable of actually saving his money correctly and doing the right thing. So it makes sense that she would establish it. It's not like she hid that. It sounds like they know about it. So she's not hiding it. It just happens to be.
We split the bills so that some come out of one account and some come out of the other.
Well,
because,
what's some account and then what's another account? Are they shared accounts or are they individual accounts?
they're both shared accounts, so we both have access to them. But just one.
What would you split it? Do you mean you guys are splitting it or these accounts are splitting it?
The accounts are splitting it.
But the accounts are both of our accounts.
Yes. So
Why? Why are we doing that?
I don't know. It's a nice way to save money. Like, I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me. You have like a money going into a certain account. It's like an allocation.
Because if there's money in our main account, it gets spent. Versus
Do you have no self-control?
Not really.
This is totally normal, Caleb. What are you talking about? This is kind of how like my wife and I do it. Pretty much, we try not to touch her money. We just spend my money, and we save her money for like retirement and savings and blah 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 blah.
I really don't.
Okay, and you recognize this and you're
Yes.
telling me this, so why have you not worked on this?
Because I don't care.
Wow, what a great guy. Hey, sounds like a guy who loves his kid. Yeah, duh. You're not gonna save money for your kid in the future? That's insane.
I just like to spend money.
Then you guys
I
aren't.
like gadgets.
Then how the
Me too. I like spending money too, guys. Yay! Doesn't mean that you get to spend money all the time, especially if you have a kid, man.
are you guys gonna make it then? If you just straight up sit here and come here and say I don't care,
Because
Yeah.
I know money's coming in the next week, and I
yeah,
know
but then you spend it.
I don't always spend it, but I have an idea. Of
Does he always
what I
spend
want.
it?
most of
And
the
so
time.
I-
So
yeah.
what are we talking about then? Like, how are you guys gonna survive at that point? You guys as a couple.
That's a
I
good
spend the
question.
money.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on all this?
I
He doesn't care because she doesn't make as much money as him, so he gets to do whatever he wants.
have a different upbringing with money, so I have a really hard time trying to see his point of view.
Yeah, but how's your thoughts of surviving this? How are you guys gonna survive this? What is your thought of this in general? If hearing what he just said, what
The only way that they're going to survive this is if he learns to respect his wife. Like, that's really what it comes down to. That's pretty much the entirety of it. because like you have to respect your partner as an equal, regardless of how much pay they bring in. Like you have to trust that there's an equality to the relationship. It doesn't have to be perfect financial equality. You don't have to split the chores down the middle. You don't have to split the money down the middle. You don't have to split all the responsibilities down the middle. But you guys have to like split the respect down the middle. Without that, you're doomed.
What do you think?
I feel like we're constantly trying to get our way out of a hole. And I don't
How
know.
do you get out of a hole when he has that mindset?
I have no idea.
Poop in his mouth.
How do you get out of the hole, guy?
By not doing what
How
I've
do you get out of the whole guy?
been doing.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, no shit. I mean, he has the solution. He has the money to be able to implement the solution. He just doesn't care.
don't care.
I want to
Self-admitted.
care. Yeah.
Well,
I want to
you
care.
want-
You have to. This is, dude. I hate it when this type of guest comes on, where it's not somebody who's, hey, I really don't know what to do. It's somebody who knows their problems, has the tremendous financial means to get out of the problem, and just goes there as like an excuse. It's like, oh, I figured if I go on Caleb's show, that'll be the trigger that fixes it. It's like an obese person that's like, I'm gonna start my diet tomorrow. That's all it is. It's just stupid.
want to care, but you don't care. So what the fuck is going to change? It's going to have to be like a massive wake up or something.
I mean, yeah, I think the massive wake up is the future for my daughter.
Well, your daughter is a year and a half old, and you don't seem to care. So
Yeah,
Her
but
to
it's already been 16 months, dude.
I know.
Has he slowed down in the last 16 months? Exactly. So
sounds like
no.
no.
Well, she can't spend any of it right now anyway. I mean, it's my money.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, what is wrong with you? What?
It's my money.
Yeah.
My money. Not our money, my money.
Let me tell you, it's the moments like this that make me happy I didn't have a dad. Because clearly his dad taught him how to treat women like shit.
It is my money that she
It's your money.
uses.
No, it's both of your money. Let me explain something to you as a man. This is something I want to explain to you as a man. As a man, my wife does a really good job making me feel like a man. So our money is both of our money. But the way we talk to each other is that our money is my money. Because it makes me feel like a man. So when we go out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I bring in more of the money, whatever. I pay. It's my money. She thanks me when we do stuff, yada, yada, yada. But I understand it's both of our money. Because my wife just knows how to make me feel like a man. That's really what it boils down to. He actually thinks it's his money and that he has entitlement to it. Like, you're not entitled to your own money when you're married and you have a child. It's not his money. It's their money. Right? And so, like, he legitimately has an entitlement complex on this shit.
I pay for her house. I don't live there. I pay for her groceries.
Why doesn't he live there? Is that because he's constantly traveling? I don't understand that.
So
Wait, what the?
Another conversation.
that's-
No. What are you talking about?
I travel for work, so I live in a fifth wheel, 2 hours from home, and
Okay, but it's still your home. It's still an asset it's still your asset, no? What are you talking about? It's still his home.
come
2
home
hours?
2
How often are
hours.
you home?
every other weekend if I can.
Every other. You only see him 4 days a week or a month.
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it's
How
just.
are you guys surviving that? Well, he.
Well, I mean, the only reason that they're together and he hasn't beaten her to death probably is because of that. Just to be clear, sorry if I'm I'm assuming a little bit. But I don't know, man.
He's just blowing all his money and he doesn't care. Well, he's also gone for 90% of a month.
Well, if I'm
Well, I mean, that's his job. I understand that, but it's still your house. It's still an asset that you own. So I don't know why he's saying it like it's not his house, because it is still your house. But that's where your daughter stays. That's where your wife stays. You should have a level of respect and responsibility for that.
at work, I don't spend the money. So
You spend it all in 4 days?
Yeah, it don't take very long.
Look, private student loans can make it feel like you're one missed payment away from selling your grandma's heirlooms. I miss you, Grandma. Why Refi says, chill out! No more sacrificing the family jewels!
Hey, listen, sell your grandma's heirlooms. All right? You might as well. She ain't alive anymore, dude. Things are things, man. Live your life,
They don't reduce you to a credit score number. They just want to see if you're actually planning on paying. By the way, they're providing interest rates under 6%, which is practically a unicorn in the student loan jungle. I mean, some lenders want to charge you so much, it's where they were putting your firstborn on layaway. So if you're tired of monthly payments so high that you can't afford a single sweet treat, Refi's got ya. They'll arrange your repayment plan, ease the monthly hit, and even let your poor cosigner off the hook. Mom or Dad, they can finally breathe. Oh, and if you think you'll just get stuck on a call center wait list, guess what? 4.6 stars on Google says Refi actually picks up and treats you like a real human, which is a shocker, right? In finance, that's something as rare as me not slamming a desk every episode. What? So if you're done fantasizing about robbing a bank, don't do that. by the way. But just check out Why Refi. They're here to help you actually crush these loans without selling your kidneys on the
Just so you guys know, if you're new here, I watch all the ads of the stuff I react to because I feel like it's the right thing to do, you know?
black market. Go to yrefy.com
It's the least I can do. Plus, we love Caleb Hammer here. We love Caleb Hammer, okay?
/hammer. That's yrefy.com/hammer. Or call 888-YREFI-78. That's 888-YREFI-78. And see how a real personal approach can help you
can't
escape
sprint
the
yet.
private loan nightmare. Because, let's be honest, living with crippling debt till you're 90 is not the retirement plan you dreamed of.
I just
Anything?
like things. I like
There we go. See, we love it.
gadgets and knickknacks and bullshit.
Literally.
I like things too, man. I'm like addicted to AliExpress. I buy a bunch of stuff off there. I'm wearing a God of War shirt right now that I got off of AliExpress. You know, I like things, but you have to, you know, you got to do this thing called to consider your family when you make decisions.
Anything.
If it looks cool or if I've
We've actually been doing that a lot because I like to spend stuff. And so my wife, I buy a lot of crap for my wife. Recently, we've been like returning some of it. Only really, it's just like, it's more of an exercise for me. You know, I could use exercise because I spend too much money, and a lot of it's on her. I like spending a lot of money on my wife, and she's like, "We have to return this. Like, you can't. Like, we just have to stop getting crap in the house. Like, if you look at this room, it's full of like fucking box lunch bags and Funkos and stuff. So we've been like reducing the amount of stuff that we've been spending, because it's a habit I'm trying to break. But you know what I don't do? I don't yell and say, "This is my money. I do what I want."
seen it on freaking
Is your house a
Instagram.
cluttered mess?
No,
No.
Where does it all go?
I have no idea.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good. My house is a cluttered mess. My wife and I are trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Preferably my camper, so she doesn't know.
Do you not
This guy's got a huge problem.
feel just completely out of control? He literally just said, my money for her house. Is that how you feel? This doesn't sound like a couple to me.
No, it's a little hurtful when he says stuff like that. I just,
He doesn't care. I just wanted to see how he would react. He does not give a shit that it's hurtful or shitty.
I don't know.
I wish it didn't feel that way, but lately it has felt that way due to not being able to come home and spend time with them in our home that we bought together.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I hate to say it, like, that's terrible, and I feel for him, but that's like, that's just kind of the job you chose, and you can be angry, but you can't be angry at your family for making that choice for yourself.
I mean,
I chose this job,
yeah.
and I gave her the option of living with me in the camper. And
With a
not bu-
fucking newborn?
yes, we did it for 6 months.
And how'd it go?
It went fine. We had a crib in there.
How'd it go?
I mean, we probably could have done it if, and it probably would have been a better choice financially if we really sat down and talked about it.
Then why not then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I didn't
Because
really
she had
think
it set
about
in her
quitting my
head.
job and staying at home because I
That'd be
wanted to.
that'd be quitting the job.
Yeah.
Why would she need to quit? Oh, because they'd live in the camper by him, so she would have to quit the job. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that would be like a 25% cut. Just about.
But we wouldn't be paying a mortgage.
or daycare.
So that's would have been a big thing.
I mean, that wouldn't have been a bad idea. I wonder why they didn't go with it. The only thing I would be like kind of worried about, unironically, is again, this guy, there's something wrong with this guy. I don't know. There's something like, I don't know if I'd want to be a stay-at-home mom for a guy like this because he seems to have a massive entitlement complex and he doesn't seem to respect his partner to the degree that he needs to. So I would be a little afraid potentially to be the stay-at-home mother for this guy because he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who can respect that dynamic.
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave her the choice once, and then that was it. She said she wanted a house, and I said, okay, let's find you a house.
How long have you had the house?
Okay.
We bought it last year. in
7
September.
months.
Okay.
He
August.
gained any equity?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So income. We know what came in. We have your income. It was actually less this last month. But I want to do expenses. And I need you to guess what you are spending on these categories. Price is Right style.
What the fuck is this? It's a new game. Okay.
Oh, here you go. Some financial audit pens.
Fantastic.
All right. Give me your food spending. Give me your food spending. Let's have,
I really love the sweater Caleb's wearing, unironically.
if you guys are really together and you're combining these finances and you know your things, give me your food spending.
Shit, I don't even know. We've been spending less now that we are on GLP-1s, you know? Let me tell you, man. I got to tell you something right now. My wife, you know, like the whole girl dinner thing? You guys know what girl dinner is? It's basically when your like husband or boyfriend's not home and you have something that's just all carbs. So usually all pasta and butter. Women are fucking weirdos. For me, I figured out what boy dinner is. And let me tell you, what boy dinner is, it is a bag of chips. Specifically, like the baked, I think it's Lay's cheddar. I think it's cheddar and sour cream chips. and like a nice big old fucking 50-gram protein shake from Wegmans. That's boy dinner for me. And I just had it again because I had the Fairlife protein shake today for lunch. Like, because it's like 720 calories for that, and then like, you know, you got like 150 to 300 calorie protein shake. That's a fucking boy dinner, dude. That's a fucking boy. That's incredible, man.
Food spending for a month.
How is that insane, dude? It's like 1,000 calories. Yeah, Fairlife is goated. I only drink Fairlife milk now.
In the most recent month. Go ahead. Let's see what you guys both think. I mean, you guys are a couple, right? You're together.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Couple of silly gooses.
He says $3,000.
Oh God.
For food a month? There's no way.
You're including everything though.
Food.
It's like drive-throughs and groceries and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, but still $3,000? Really?
$3,000. You think you
That's a lot.
spend a third? Not even a third. No, more than that. Like 35-40% of your income?
I mean, yeah, we go to Sam's Club and Costco and
I didn't think.
You go to those places to save money. What is he talking about? What?
What'd you say?
I said 750.
Okay.
That sounds like a little potentially more reasonable. If you're going to say why? If you're going to Sam, well, first of all, if you're struggling financially, why do you have Sam's Club and Costco? I do, but it kind of doesn't really make any sense to me. But second of all, you're going to those places to save money in the long run. Like, yeah, you spend in bulk when you go to Costco, but you save money because you're supposed to be buying in bulk. What?
Still substantial. Well, the answer was 596.
Okay.
So why do you possibly think it is 3,000?
I know why he thinks it's 3,000. There's two reasons. One, he's money illiterate. Two, he's constantly going out and eating food at work.
eggs are expensive.
It's
Eggs are
not
not that
fucking eggs,
expensive.
dude. Come on. Why do you think it's 3,000?
I just thought I went out to eat more. I mean,
See?
there's occasionally times where I go out to eat quite a bit. Just
Wait, my thing is like you think you're spending $3,000 a month on just food, and you're like, and you're not like, oh, maybe I shouldn't spend so much money on food.
living on the road. And I really like Whataburger.
3,000.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not 3,000.
I don't know what you would have to be doing to spend $3,000 on food alone.
Shit, boy, just do whatever I want. Going to Chick-fil-A, I guess.
Well, Sam's Club and Costco can get expensive, especially buying diapers.
I don't understand what you're talking about. They're the opposite of expensive. What does he mean? He keeps saying that this is expensive to go to Sam's Club. What is he talking about?
Yeah, but we don't go there that often to spend that much in an entire month.
Probably not. No.
Also, you get the hot dogs from Costco. This is insane. $1.50 still. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is probably a hot take. I think that they should I wouldn't blame Costco if they decided to raise the cost of their hot dog. I'm just being real with you. I wouldn't take it personally because I mean they got to make a profit. They pay those people there pretty well. They pay people there pretty well, and the stuff is pretty cheap. So like $1.69, is that really a big deal? If it was $1.69, you know what I mean?
I don't know if you really thought about that one.
Probably not.
Okay.
What am I doing?
Here's the next one. This is extra shopping, kind of at like an Amazon or a Walmart or a Target, that kind of stuff.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean stop? I don't care. It is big. No, it's not. 19 cents more? Come on.
What do you think you spent on these, like, who knows what it could be categories at these big box or delivery? What are we thinking? What do we think?
Maybe 600?
600. What do we got? 1,400. Well, this time, he's the winner here. 1,737.
Holy
Is our money just leaving?
yeah.
Just on big box Amazon delivery, that unknown, because who even knows?
Well, who's spending the money? I mean, I could see her being the Amazon spender. You know what I mean? I feel like women do that more.
What the fuck you actually got? And hopefully we actually find out more. But that is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's like
I didn't think that
almost-
we spent that much on Amazon.
That's almost
You
triple
put
what I thought.
1,400.
Well, yeah,
Well, who's the one who does it? Who's the one who does it most of the time?
1,400. But
That's still a
1,700
lot.
seems like a lot for a month.
That's not that much more than what you thought, but that's like
Well,
almost
1,400 is my average.
That's
That's
a
how
lot.
much I think I would spend on Amazon or Target.
You're okay
Him?
with that?
No. Yes.
As long as he's doing the one spending, he does not care.
What?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah. I think I'm okay with 1,400 a month.
that's a lot.
What?
I don't know what we would need to spend that
On
much
just bullshit? Wait, so he's the woman, dude? Are you telling me he's the woman?
on in an entire month.
Knickknacks.
You don't really seem to speak up.
Knickknacks on Amazon?
You really do not. Do you, like, what is your care level on all this stuff? Like this.
I don't know. Listen, I love Caleb to death. I do. But and she doesn't probably speak up. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's very receptive to speaking up. You know, before you were giving her a little bit of shit because she decided to say it at like night to have the conversation with him about his money spending. Like, I wonder why considering he had an emotional meltdown outburst when she approached him about saving money and how much money he's spending on credit cards. I could see why she doesn't speak up. I wouldn't go as far to say that she might feel afraid to speak up.
He says he doesn't care, and you just seem so about
What
it.
is she supposed to do?
Just so flat. Are you giving up?
I don't know, Caleb. I think you're giving her a little too much shit here.
Do you care?
Sometimes I feel like it's not a battle that I can win. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like we've been through the same conversations the whole time we've been together, and not
For
a whole lot
like
has
a
changed.
decade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna stay with someone. You had a kid with someone who won't change.
Well, Caleb, it's a little, it's a little difficult. I mean, I get it. They're young. They were young when they got together. I mean, I hate to be this guy. I know, but you know, he's the problem. He's the problem. It's more of like, why isn't he changing? Give him more shit for not changing than her like not leaving her husband because he won't change. You know what I mean?
I love him.
But he won't change. Are you guys gonna make it?
I think we'll make it.
Why do you think that? You're the bad one. It's not like you have to.
There you go.
You're not the one dealing with the pain and hurt of this.
There
mean,
we
I
go,
am.
Caleb.
How? You're the one doing the
Internally.
actions. Oh, come on. Then why aren't you changing? You literally told me you don't care. What the fuck are you talking about internally?
I just like to spend money.
No, but you're not changing. So what are you telling me that it hurts internally if you literally told me you don't care?
I think the debt stresses me out.
Oh, shit.
But I just push it off and spend more money. Like
Oh, okay, then it doesn't stress you out. You don't care. He justifies it over and over again.
But
spending
that's
money is
going
my
to turn
happy
even more and
place.
more stressful forever.
I know, and I'm trying to get through that, and I haven't found
Trying? What's this
resources.
trying? Resources?
Yeah.
Fucking budgeting. What do you mean resources? What are you talking about? Okay, fine. Resource. Simpler budget. You guys create an account together or create two separate accounts, whatever you want to do. We pay for the premium version. They get a multi-week trial. There's your resource because it at least tells you exactly what you spent on every category. So we're not playing prices right. You're guessing, okay? You don't have to do that anymore because you won't actually know what you're spending on each and every category. You set your own limits and it's automatically connected to your account and you see what your income is. Okay? So simpler budget. You guys get that. There's a resource, but you could have been doing that more manually or something. You could, if you
tried.
really care. You've tried, but you told me you don't care though. If you don't care, there is no trying.
But I
True.
did. I tried very hard. I went on Etsy. I bought a planner. We went through it together.
He went on Etsy and bought a planner because he's trying to save money. What are you? He's just making excuses to spend money. Oh my god.
We set it up, and then I moved, and it was hard to see what was she spending money on, and then me telling her, oh, I bought some more dumb.
Dude, he's the one buying most of the dumb shit though. What the fuck?
I think that's the problem is we want to look into it and then we try and make a plan and then something happens where maybe we don't see each other for a while. We're not able to actually stick to that and actually sit down and have the time to talk about it. So it just kind of goes out into the wind.
All right. No more Etsy bullshit. Here's the Simpler Budget Founders Edition. This is for anyone that signs up for the annual version, gets this signed and sent to them, but you guys get it for free. Before you guys come back on the Financial Audit channel, I need you to journal at least weekly.
Guys, I'm not this bad at this game. Okay, you have to understand. All right. I'm trying to watch a video at the same time.
Okay? At least weekly. And I'm going to read that when you guys come back on the follow-up channel, so don't fuck it up.
Okay, she'll write it.
Miscellaneous bull. The final category we're going to do. This is things like getting a video game or just, whatever it is. This is miscellaneous extra bullshit that does not actually matter in life whatsoever.
Okay.
My guess is
3,600.
I put 2,000 and scratched out.
Oh my, what are you guys doing? How do you possibly even think that? How is that even considered
Isn't that most of his spending is just like crap that they don't need? So that makes sense that he would think that.
remotely okay, guys?
it's not.
It's not okay
Then why don't we do anything?
because we don't talk about it because I don't
because if you do, she gets fucking he starts yelling at her.
like talking about it.
Why don't
Yeah,
I talk
exactly.
about
Well, at least he acknowledges that problem. It's his fault they don't talk about it.
Because he's the problem.
I'm the problem.
True.
She has no problem with not spending, and I can't seem to stop.
it? Then what the
You
fuck
can.
do?
Tools.
No.
Here's my thing with this. And I hate to come off harsh, but some people maybe resonate with different messages. When you have an issue like this, and we'll call this a money addiction to some extent, when you have like a money addiction or some kind of like a dependency issue or something like that, I think it's important to keep in mind the perspective of like whether you like this or not, and whether you want to hear this or not, you're choosing yourself over like your child and your wife in this instance. Like he might actually have some kind of a spending addiction. It makes him feel better. He's not living at home with his wife because of his job, and I get it. But like you're choosing yourself over your wife and kid. Like and that should just, if you look at it like that, I feel like maybe that'll make you feel like, oh, you know what? Let me try to change my priorities here. Because that's, guys, I don't know if you know this, that's not good. That's not good.
Maybe throw something
I
at
mean,
him.
yes, you guys go through all the classes, you get the budget app. Sure, there's
Yeah.
tools, but it is still your work that you put into it in the end.
I feel like he needs something to change to make a difference, and I don't know what that is, but I feel like
Just give him a blowy, the best blow J of his whole life. You know what I mean?
anytime we talk about it, he feels like he's personally attacked, and so then I feel like I hurt his feelings, and it's not a super great conversation.
You think she hurts your feelings?
No, she doesn't hurt my
I
feelings.
feel
She
like
just
I
thinks
do.
she hurts my feelings.
So why do you care? Before
I don't know. Why would she think that? I don't know, man. It seems like there's something a little silly going on here.
we just jump into these documents, just in general, why do you care about your own self-pleasure than your wife, than your child?
Sure.
Why do you think that? Dig down deep. Why do you think that?
It's a good question. It's actually an excellent question.
My mom was the same way.
And you saw that comes from that, and you're not willing to change.
There's a problem when this guy is like acknowledging all of his issues and he's still continuing to engage in them. There's something off about it I don't like.
I saw things that struggled from my childhood, foreclosure notices, struggled to pay for college, which is bad finances in general, stress. That's why I became interested in personal finances and I did better. You saw the bad parts and you decided to repeat that? How does that make sense? You're able to fully acknowledge this. It's not like some
Well,
internalized...
it makes sense that it's a learned behavior. The problem that I have is that he's acknowledging all the problems. He's like, yeah, I know why, because I have this or I have that, which is weird because most people, when they acknowledge their problem, it makes it easier for them to handle it, unless he just acknowledges it as an excuse to engage in bad behavior. And in that case, he's just like a kid on TikTok. How many times do you see people say that they have ADHD on TikTok to justify bad behavior rather than acknowledging actually having it, because they probably don't, but in order to engage in some kind of a behavioral change, some kind of cognitive behavioral therapy where you can change your behavior. Okay, I know it comes from my ADHD, so I have to be more aware of it next time. That makes more sense. Then it'd be like, oh, I just have ADHD. I'm just going to be fucking irresponsible.
It's trauma, like someone who got abused is now abusive or anything. It's like, you are recognizing this. You know this. So
Yes.
why the continue the thing that you know is bad from your childhood?
I don't know. I just like to spend money on random things.
I love
I
spending
just
money,
buy shit
baby.
that I think is shiny.
Oh, shiny.
Okay.
Hell yeah,
Okay,
dude.
So $9,000 comes in. How much did you guys spend last month?
Probably 8,900.
Okay, so less.
Okay.
like close to 10.
Okay, 10,500.
Oh,
Spending $1,500 more than we bring in on a monthly basis. How are we ever going to get out of debt? You said debt
Jesus.
is keeping you up, so
They spent that much money? How? What the fuck?
you just ignore it. But it's getting worse by $1,500 on a monthly basis. What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah.
Again, that is you putting your own self joy over your wife, over your daughter.
She doesn't tell me no very often.
Oh, that's it. Oh, it's our fault, guys. He spends all his money, whines like a baby when they have a conversation about it, but it's her fault because she lets him do it. Oh, I love it. Notice there's a constant excuse for his behavior.
That's the other problem. I feel like
This guy's actually insane.
if we had an actual conversation and maybe broke it down and I explained to her reasons I needed something or wanted,
What? He's blaming everybody but himself on his bad behavior. Oh, Jesus.
needed is a very strong word, wanted something, then maybe she would understand more.
Okay. Where do you guys think you
Dude, she's speechless. She doesn't even know what the words to use to respond to this fucking idiot saying these dumb fucking words.
are in the world of personal finances? I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go. On go, I want you both at the exact same time to give me what you think your household financial score is. 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. 3, 2, 1.
2.
3.
Okay, why do you think you're almost like, what do you think you're at a 3 and not like really This is a lot of paper. This is more paperwork than I've seen in a long time. Borderline fat stack week, and we haven't done one of those in a while. You think
feel
you're
like
a 3?
I know there's
But you're the
definitely
saver. You're the one that is apparently good.
we could both be the spenders, so at least there's only one spender in our relationship, but
Always making
I feel
up
like
for
it's
it.
yeah, it's definitely pretty bad, and we need to figure it out to get out of the hole.
All right, if you guys want your Hammer financial score, link in the description below, or just go to calebhammer.com. You can also go to calebhammer.com
Caleb, you're not gonna. I can't get your financial score. You're gonna make fun of me. Okay.
/apply if you want to come into our studio in Austin, Texas. Meet
$2,000 for a box lunch. What do you do? We don't spend that much anymore.
everyone here. Have a good time, and I'll give you a good financial beating and get you connected with resources and all that good stuff. All right,
you got
Amazon
this far
Chase card. Okay,
back?
we talked about the deliveries and bullshit. It was an insane number that was actually even higher than you thought, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so Amazon Chase with this. Oh my, this is crazy. $11,835.94. That balance alone
For a month? What the fuck?
is fucking insane. I've had a balance like that on a credit card in forever. With the $385 minimum to payment. Doesn't even matter.
Oh,
Listen,
balance,
guys, the balance didn't even change. No, the balance literally went down by $1 because you spent $231. Who spent the $231?
Probably me.
I'm not on that account, so it wasn't.
Are you fucking kidding me? So you say you're the one that you care about that. You care about that. You're okay with a nearly $12,000 loan? Well, this is pretty fucking exciting.
Who's he
for the
talking
world
to?
of financial audit.
Caleb, stop talking to my girl. She seems like one of the only people I've ever seen on this show that is like doing the best that she can in a terrible situation.
Something big, Mar.
Nearly 60,000 of you have downloaded my budgeting app, Simpler Budget, in just a few weeks of its launch. And let me tell you, we've heard amazing feedback. People are enjoying the automatic account connections. People are enjoying the community chat. People are enjoying building their budget, sticking to it, and actually changing their lives finally for the first time. Yeah! So download
What is this editing? Oh my God, I like it. I'm just wondering what it is, you know?
the Simpler Budget app today. Join the 60,000 people who are literally changing their lives for the first time. Literally, this gives you control of your financial future once and for all. So download Simpler Budget today. And remember, anyone who signs up for the annual version of the app at a massive discount, you also get shipped this Simpler Budget notebook, which will be personally signed by me. So check it out. Download Simpler Budget today. The high interest credit card debt that is accruing $239.38 in interest on a monthly basis, $28 in fees. Why? Why?
Late fee.
You even know that?
Can't even pay the minimum? What the fuck?
No, I don't have access to that account because I'm not on it.
You don't have access? You're not allowed to look?
I'm
You don't know
not.
the login?
No.
That sounds... I don't know, man. That sounds a little bit wrong to have an account like that away from your wife.
It's
I don't
just
know.
under.
Why doesn't she have access?
She's never asked for it.
Oh, dude, I can't. I can't handle this guy because she never asked for it. Why would you? I couldn't even fathom having a separate account for my wife. Like a spending account for my wife, and she can't. What? That's what?
I have the app on my phone.
She has to ask for it? So you guys
doesn't
don't
have
sit
to.
down?
No, we don't.
Because you're afraid of the confrontation. You're afraid of him getting his feelings hurt. You're afraid of getting your feelings hurt. all
No,
that
it's because he's a fucking scumbag piece of shit. That's why.
Remember?
I mean, yeah, I'm just afraid of starting an argument and getting mad.
Why don't you just
Yeah, because he's. I don't know. I think he might have anger problems.
like building it up and it's just going to be a nuclear explosion at one point that you just can't. What did you think the balance of this was?
This is one that we have talked about recently, and I knew it was high, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know that there was a late charge that got added in there too.
Why aren't you managing paying on time if you're the one that's dealing with this?
I missed the payment date
No shit, I'm asking why.
because it fell on a weekend and I wasn't paying attention.
Because he didn't care. That's why. Because he does not care. He does not care enough. He cares about himself more than his own kid. He doesn't love his child. I know it sounds mean, and I'm sure he loves his kid, but he doesn't love the kid enough because he's making decisions like this. The only way people like this change is if they acknowledge that they don't actually love their family as much as they should be. They love themselves too much. Okay, they're a failure. This is how some people need this kind of like tough love.
Why is it not on auto pay? You make money.
Auto pay scares me.
Why?
Everything scares this guy because my mom used to be in auto pay and now
Because I had auto pay on everything a long time ago and I didn't have any money in my account and it charged me a fee.
Okay.
And
But you're getting fees regardless.
yeah, I know. A lot of the times
none of this is true. He's just making things up. I'm afraid of it. He's not afraid of any of these things. He's saying he's using this as an excuse to not change his behavior. He doesn't care. This guy's an actual scumbag.
call them and let them know that it was just an accident and they'll reimburse it. But
A lot of times. Yeah, there it is. Late fee, Amazon, 23.49% interest rate. So what the fuck are we doing on here?
we
He's nothing. He's making more excuses for his behavior.
bought a lot of furniture for
We?
our house. Yes, we bought
that one-
some of the furniture for our house.
Well, furniture, hot take, is a good choice to buy.
And
Yeah.
I
I just got a new couch. We spent fucking $3,000 on that goddamn thing. But you know what? They have electric recliner, reclines back, and so does the headrest, reclines back and front. It's incredible. It was worth it, baby.
You agree?
Yes, for the house, we did have to because we didn't have any furniture.
Yeah,
we
that
had
makes
to
sense.
furnish the house enough to live in, and it was a little expensive. So I know there's quite a bit on there from just when we bought our house.
Pull up your
Yeah, but those are justifiable. Getting a new couch is a justifiable expense when you have the money, especially. Getting a new gadget and gizmo, the words that he used, not so much of a justifiable expense.
Amazon account. Let me see. Let me have a little thing.
I know we haven't bought anything super recently.
do you want to see the orders or the Chase account?
All right, let me see. Pull it up.
Here's the
Pull it up.
recent
Okay,
orders.
I'm starting a screen recording. We will black out anything that's private. Okay. What's this? Fucking something for shoes. A
Blister
water
tape.
bottle because you probably didn't have any water bottles. Bladder cleaning kit.
It's a hydration cleaning kit.
Okay. All right, a bladder cleaning kit. So he's an addict, right? Like that's what's triggered to everybody else, or is it just me? What?
Hydration pack.
It's for a rucksack,
It's from my rucksack.
like a backpack.
I don't know.
To go
okay.
I don't know, dude.
Ring solar panel?
Yeah. Our outdoor security camera kept dying, and with me, not,
Hardwire it.
I can't hardwire where it's at because there's no close enough light switches.
Yeah, things for the kids, Get that. I get that. But whew, we got a lot of things all at once for the kid. It's not like, I mean, maybe one at a time.
I know recently we did spend
Docking
around
station.
$1,200.
And by the way, I'm not seeing this fucking furniture that you guys are talking about. I'm seeing
It's
pens and
been a while
whiteboards
ago.
and calendars and pay-per-view screen protector for the iPad, an outdoor table, an expensive printer,
Yeah.
Why a printer?
Logitech MX Key S combo performance wireless keyboard. Come on, dude.
So
There's a big desk, L-shaped desk.
so that was
Hey, I got a nice expensive desk too, baby, for my office. It's a standing desk. I could stand up if I wanted to, and you know, it's nifty.
That's the furniture that you wanted, was an L-shaped desk?
No,
that was for me.
What are you talking about?
That was for-
a triple monitor mount.
Yes.
Come
So
on.
that was an office setup that got.
Tessa was.
Large monitors, 3 large monitors.
It's a 3 large monitor stand. I bought 2 monitors.
Yeah, but they're 32-inch monitors.
Yes.
Those are big monitors.
It is a setup for my home office. Tessa was
What does he need a home office for? For work? I'm so confused.
being lazy.
Home office.
What? I don't know. Does he need it for work? What is the? Okay, I'm just a little confused.
Office, buddy. You're at
Lazy?
home 4 days. You're being lazy.
Yeah.
I was sick.
She was sick, and she called me kind of hysterical because my daughter was also sick, and
Calling your wife hysterical?
she called me hysterical,
You called him hysterical.
upset. She
I'm assuming they mean that like she called him. She would not like he didn't actually call her hysterical, or she didn't call him hysterical. She called acting hysterical. Like she was going, oh, she called me hysterically crying. It's like, yeah, that's a normal way to talk.
was
Well,
not
no.
happy.
Oh, she was hysterical. You're
Yes,
saying.
she was hysterical.
Just called it like
She
upset.
was saying that I need
Must
to
feel
have
nice to
an
be called.
office
Yeah.
setup because
I guess.
she needs help with our daughter.
I think that one is the most justifiable one, but outside of that, he does seem to be a piece of shit.
she's sick and she just
My
wants
daughter
to
and
go
I
to
both had the
sleep.
flu, and I
But
was
he has like a gaming station at the house. That's what it is. He has a computer so that he can fucking play video games at the house. That's fine, but like, give me a break.
not doing well. It was really, really hard to keep up with my daughter, and we were both home
You
all
called her
week.
lazy for having the flu?
I didn't call her lazy for having.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's giggle, smile. Yeah, my wife had the flu. I didn't call her late. Dude, that's disgusting. Especially since men, like, dude, here's a hot take. Men are lazy when they get the flu. Women are, in my experience, when women get sick, they're like machines. They could still go. They could still do their responsibilities. When men get sick, I'll tell you, me too. I'm a fucking baby. I'm a stinky little baby, and I need my wife to take care of me. That's it. My wife needs to take care of me. I need her help. I need her to do everything for me because I'm a fucking child, you know? And I hate to say it. I don't know what it is. I think that men biologically suck when it comes to getting sick. We're fucking terrible. We just like suck. I don't know what it is. Like maybe our immune systems are different. I don't even know. But
Flu. I also had the flu at the same time and was at work. I just didn't tell
You
her.
shouldn't have been.
That's
if
what
you
I
were
said.
around
By
other
myself.
people. Oh, okay.
I work in my office.
Why the fuck? What is this at home? In the trailer?
No, so
No,
at
in
our
our
house.
You're
So-
there 4 days.
So she wanted me to come home that day, but I couldn't come home because I have work to do, and
Okay.
I work in an office.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's fine. I just don't understand what's happening.
So she wanted me to have a home office set up so that I could come home and help out if I was able to. And now that I have the home office set up,
You had to invest thousands and thousands into it when you're in like.
So you're sorry. I just want to be very clear. What he's saying is that there are times where, like, if she's sick and needs him absolutely to be home, it's good for him to have an office set up. That's what we're talking about here. And so he invested thousands of dollars into this setup instead of being like, yeah, I have like a little desk just in case. How often do you need to be home? I don't understand.
horrible debt beyond
Oh, I do understand. He's making an excuse why he needs to spend an extravagant amount of money on something.
horrible debt. And the debt we're talking about is almost $400,000.
yeah.
Lots of kids stuff, the sculpture stuff, and another monitor stand, and what is this? A receipt printer?
Bro, let me tell you, when I first started streaming, I bought like $1,000 budget PC. And then I fucking I went on Facebook Marketplace That's where I got the that's where I got my dual monitor set up. I spent $150 for 2 monitors. I think it's a decent idea to do.
Hey, yeah, baby monitoring and a heater. Oh, we're just buying so many things. Garage door openers, performance energy drinks, weird pajama pants.
Those were for Christmas.
Yeah, those were for Christmas.
It was for family pictures. We all got matching pajamas.
This is just insane, ridiculous spending, guys. And the card is at $12,000.
Yeah.
That stresses me out. I don't know. My view on credit cards is you use them and then you pay them off the next month. So that
Sounds like a reasonable
Yeah, that's what I do with my credit card.
view. How can you actually stick here?
Well, we removed the credit card.
You seem so passive.
We removed the credit card from Amazon, so now we're not using that credit card anymore at all on Amazon. Whether it
Wow, not on Amazon.
gets the 5%.
Buddy, I don't know. All I know is
Guys, the maxed out credit card, we don't even use that anymore on Amazon. We just use the other non-maxed out credit card. Isn't that incredible?
I saw Amazon purchases and I see 4 on this card and a late fee. So literally your change was like right before you came on the show, which I don't count for anything. It's like that's nothing. You know you're coming on the show, so you do something to look better. Come on. The interest and fees charged in this year loan's already insane.
Yeah.
Already insane. I'm just taking your energy and just looking at you, and I can't tell if either you're passive in life or if you don't care or if you've just given up. Which one is it?
I kind of feel like I've given
Well, she's obviously there's nothing she can do. Like they have a more traditional relationship where he makes more of the money and he uses that to bully the shit out of her, and she feels hopeless because he also has anger problems and he'll snap in front of her if when he's angry, and so she lives her life walking on eggshells in a situation where like she's not the primary navigator of her own life. She's trapped in a relationship and she loves him, so it's probably not even a consideration to get a divorce. That's what's going on here.
given up a little bit because I don't know what to do.
Your wife has given up. And you're just okay with this. And you're okay with just popping this.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Caleb Hammer went to school to be like he went to school to be like psychology, and he got like a master's degree in psychology, and then when he did these audits, they were like these. I mean, he's asking really good questions. He's asking great questions, but like imagine that. So he could deal with the psychology part of it too. That'd be fucking crazy.
In and blasting through Amazon and ordering shit that you don't have on a credit card that is at, $12,000. You're okay with this. Your wife is saying she no longer cares, or that she's given up, and it's because of you, and you just do nothing. And earlier you said you do not care.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like that's the way things are going.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I have no idea.
She might want to unironically consider a divorce, man. I'm not even kidding. Because he doesn't seem like he wants to change.
Just kind of struggling.
What have you done?
I don't know. Not a whole lot. I feel like we're just constantly in this hole of trying to get out, and then
What have you tried these last 6 months?
try to talk more about things and try and look into the future rather than
How far away does she live from her mother is a question I have.
just right now.
And what's happened when you try?
I get emotional.
Uh-huh.
I don't really see a way out at this point. So
Yep. What did I say? I called it.
I don't know.
You don't give a
I do give a
You said you
doesn't.
didn't earlier.
I do give a fuck.
She doesn't know what she's doing. She's lost in this, man, because she
I mean, listen, my wife cries sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes she cries like a little unnecessarily. But like when my wife cries, especially about serious shit, my go-to is to care. You know what I mean? Because that makes me sad. Oh, what a hot take! Like that should be enough for him to be like, damn, my wife is like crying over the fact that we have no fucking money. Maybe I should get my shit together and stop acting like a piece of fucking dog shit.
can't do anything about you because you don't care. You don't care to change.
That is true.
And she's giving up. How long
I don't
until
know,
she
dude.
gives up on you in the marriage?
I don't know. I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
That doesn't get us anywhere.
I know.
That doesn't.
I would. I think that she should leave him. She loves. I think that he needs to like. He's not the kind of guy who resonates with anybody that like will appeal to him emotionally. He needs to feel like he's at risk of losing his life, his wife, and his child. That's the only way that he changes. So I think that she has to threaten him with divorce, and she has to take the kids, and she has to sue him aggressively. Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He doesn't care enough about them. So that's what she should do. She should get a really good divorce lawyer. He should have to pay for it. And then she should basically try to ruin his life financially because maybe he'll finally learn to change his fucking disgusting behavior.
Get us anywhere.
Fuck, I decided.
Be honest with me. Have you thought about just calling it quits?
No.
Really? I respect that. That's
I don't. I mean, like, I understand it, but like she needs to, because there's something fucking wrong with this guy.
Love.
I also couldn't make it on my own either, because I don't make enough to support me and my daughter.
But that
Look, she feels financially trapped. Oh my God. This is horrible.
shouldn't be what's keeping you there if it is.
It's not, but
That's the
even if that
unfortunate
was an
reality.
option, I don't have a way to support myself. I don't make enough by myself.
Alimony, child support.
But
Something tells me the fact that you
And then she'd have to look for like a better job, unfortunately, maybe work 2 jobs. Sad shit. Maybe move back with your mother or something. Get some help or something.
immediately said that second answer that it's a bit more real than you'd want to admit, even to yourself. Because why would that come so quickly?
I don't know. I've always known that I don't make enough and I don't have an education to go do anything better.
And she's still young. I mean, she has a kid, so it'd be really tough, but she could try to get an education.
I don't know.
Look at this, man.
I know.
He doesn't care. He's fucking laughing. I would say something, but I would get banned off from all my platforms, and then I wouldn't be able to support my family. This guy's disgusting.
This is why we don't have our budget conversations.
No, this is why you need to have your budget conversations.
I don't like to see her upset.
That doesn't matter.
Dude, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that she gets upset. He's given 500 different reasons why he doesn't like have budget conversations, because he'll get upset. She'll get upset. He doesn't like it. Daddy was mean to my mommy. My mommy did a thing. Mommy, daddy. Like, everything is a fucking excuse for this guy. Everything's a goddamn excuse. Like, he's an actual worthless piece of shit. Like, he needs to lose his family. That's literally the only thing that'll make him change, is he needs to lose something like that, because he does not care enough.
You make her upset with what you're doing. You're blaming her for being upset for why you're not willing to have the conversations when you're the one that have gotten you guys in the position where you need to have the budget conversations. What the fuck are you talking about? How do you not see how ridiculous this is? Get your wife a fucking tissue.
Yeah, I don't.
Bro, he's laughing.
At this point, I don't know what the fuck to do anymore.
Talk. You're not willing to. Bare minimum effort.
Yeah, she's right.
She is, but you've done nothing.
I feel like a lot of times he's an emotional spender.
Let me tell you, I got a solution for him. Take out a nice life insurance policy.
And if he's upset, he'll just try and go buy something to give himself that fix.
Okay.
But then he's just digging the hole even deeper by doing that.
Who cares? Like, I don't mean to be rude. Like, that's said. Get your shit together. Enough is enough.
And I don't know how to change that. I've tried to talk to him about it.
And then
I don't think she'd care if he left. Well, then that's just even more confirmation that she needs to leave.
you're not willing to discuss.
Yeah, I hide it a lot.
The problem with like guys like this who make 50 different excuses for their horrible behavior, because that's all this episode has been, is that and I hate to say it, his kid is better off without him, because they have a young daughter, and it's a father's job to teach their young men, their boys, how to be young men, and it's a father's job to teach their daughters how to be treated by men, generally speaking. And so when you have a guy who laughs when his wife is crying about finances, doesn't respect her enough to make her part of the choice for spending, just overall treats her horrifically, what is that going to teach his daughter? It's going to teach his daughter to find a guy that will put up with it. And so I hate to say it, but like, his daughter's probably better off without him. That sounds so horrible, but he's like, I actually think seems abusive. He doesn't care. It's a harsh reality, but like, the both of them would be better off, at least emotionally healthier, without this guy, and hopefully she'll find a positive male role model, like an uncle, or maybe there'll be a teacher that'll teach her how to be treated by a man in a better way. Because Jesus Christ,
Most of the credit
he's
cards
fucking you see, he's laughing and smiling like he doesn't care.
are just in his name, so I don't know really about them, and so I don't ask because I
Really?
simply just don't know.
You didn't know about the late fee. What do you know about them? What do you know about them?
There's a lot on them.
You even know how many?
There's probably 5 or so, maybe, that have a decent balance. Other than that, I don't.
You know this is like living a second life
Yes.
Yeah.
financially.
Yeah.
This is like fucking financially cheating in a way.
Yeah. Essentially, yes.
And she just
He just keeps yesing her. Yeah, I know. Dude, that's just the kind of behavior where, like, dude, I don't know. He's the kind of guy that would go to a therapist and he would just say, oh, yeah, I know. He knows what to say to placate somebody. Yeah, I know. I know.
tries to talk about it and you just leave.
I know.
Yeah, I shut it down quickly.
I know.
Here's the truth. Running a business.
I mean, honestly, you know what? Thinking about it now, maybe he's doing this so that she'll break up with him. Maybe he's a coward that doesn't have the balls to leave a relationship. And so instead of being like, hey, I want to move on and respectfully get a divorce and like still co-parent our kids, maybe he's trying to push her to the point where she feels like she needs to engage in the divorce. And I hate to say it, it's shameful behavior, but like I've been there before where I was acted intentionally shittier in a past relationship because I didn't want to be the one to engage, like to start the breakup. Maybe that's what it is. You know, I'm not proud of myself for it, but maybe that's what it is. I mean, he's young. Maybe they got married. He doesn't really love her. Maybe he's looking for an excuse for her to leave him. I don't know.
Business is sometimes pure chaos. Show
Chaos.
canceled days before their audit, constant calls and messages across multiple projects, and the list goes on and on. It feels a lot like juggling, but imagine every ball you're juggling is on fire. But you know where I found some peace? Today's sponsor, ShipStation. It's like having a calm in the middle of a storm when it comes to order fulfillment, especially for products like my merchandise. With ShipStation, you can automate shipping tasks and manage all of your orders from one dashboard. It's not just about printing shipping labels easily, which, by the way, is a lifesaver, but it's also about scaling up efficiently. I've saved a ton thanks to their deep discounts with major carriers, cutting my shipping costs down dramatically. And with features
Wow.
like smart automation and the ability to seamlessly integrate with the services and selling channels I already use, ShipStation not only grows with my business, but also propels it into the future. Imagine handling every order more accurately, faster, and with less hassle. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/Caleb or click the link in the description below to sign up with a free trial. That is shipstation.com/Caleb. Thanks again to ShipStation for sponsoring today's episode. Let's get back into it. You will not make it if that's how you continue. You guys have known each other for a long time. You met each other when you were both younger. Like, you have a history. You have a kid now.
Mm-hmm.
That bond is keeping you guys together through this and helping. But how long can she be pushed? How long can she feel completely destroyed and broken down and unable to talk and communicate with her significant other? How long can she feel that way? How long can she feel completely given up before either
Well, he's certainly testing that patience.
she's just a silent corpse existing in the house, or until she decides to leave the house?
I don't want either of those things. I really don't.
Not really acting like that.
We've got to figure this out.
No kidding. Huh?
I don't want things to always be this way. I want to get better and see the light at the end of the tunnel. And
I
be
know
able to
you
make-
want to, but you can't do that alone.
No.
That's not on you.
Especially with this dynamic of this relationship. Like she's only like 30% or 25% of the decision making in this relationship. So like he needs to be the one that changes because that's how their dynamic is. This is what the problem is. This is the problem with like having traditional relationships where like the guy is in control, or really any relationship where one person is in control, because people don't know how to act when they have power. Like, you know, and that's one of the problems with, I don't know, for me, I could be the same way. I could steamroll my partner but my wife is a fucking, you know, she'll beat the shit out of me. So I am still like the primary decision maker. But if my wife doesn't like a decision, she advocates, I'll say it less, she advocates for herself. She absolutely. And she's effective at that advocation. And I was also raised in a way where like, if I really gave my wife too much shit and like I treated her poorly, my mother would beat me also, right? Like I don't have, you know, there's no, you know, so I feel like whatever infrastructure is going on, he doesn't feel like any threat to anything. I don't mean to say it so harshly, but holy fuck, like you need some kind of like, what's his mechanism for not doing better? I don't know, or for doing better. What does he do? How does he take accountability? What is his life like? I don't get it.
To start, does he hide things from you?
I mean, just finances.
Yeah, of course.
Just finances that you know of?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there would be anything else to hide.
Well,
We talk about everything else. It's just the finances that are a hard conversation for us.
what does she know about the truck situation and what you did with that? What does she know?
She thinks the truck's paid off. It's not paid off.
Incredible.
And I missed a payment.
A payment?
Can I have a break?
Yes, absolutely. Take your time. Why would you even tell her that? Why would you even tell her it's paid off?
Because that was our original goal.
Yeah, that's a goal. Why would you lie?
So
Because he's a coward. He's a fucking loser.
we took out a personal loan to pay off a credit card and her card, and originally we were going to pay.
Why? They don't. It's that's insane. They don't need to take any loans out to pay off credit cards. They make like, what was the collective amount a month? Like $9,000 a month net after like rented. I mean, not after rent, but like after taxes. Excuse me. Why would you need to do that? You would never need to ever do that ever in your entire life. They could just cut down on their spending. What the fuck?
A portion of the Amazon card and the truck. And I didn't pay the truck, and I saved some of that extra money as cash.
Wasn't the truck supposed to be paid off a while ago?
Mm-hmm. I've just been making the payments.
What do you still owe on the truck?
$700.
700?
That should have been paid off like a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Why? Weren't you close to paying it off?
Also, no,
Yes.
it's $1,700 that you still owe.
1,700. Yeah.
You just tried to lie again.
I forgot a number.
No, buddy. I think
Dude, I want to say what I want to say so bad. Bro, there are just some people in this world that don't need to be. You know, I hate to be that I don't know. I just couldn't imagine treating my wife like this. Like, I don't understand. This would blow my fucking mind. Like, you know, I make mistakes too. Don't get me wrong. But treating my wife the way he's treating his wife, holy fuck. I think I couldn't live. I couldn't live if I treated my wife the way this guy treats his wife. You know, like I said, I fuck up too. But holy fuck, dude. I don't know. That would devastate me. What are you doing? Like, what kind of a man are you? This is so pathetic. What a weak piece of shit. This is crazy to me.
you lied to try to get out of pushback or to make her me. What's going through your head right now? I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry.
I'm just really hurt.
Yeah. Oh,
I just feel like I have no idea what's going on anymore.
I'm sorry. Because Caleb he's a good guy. Caleb is unironically like a really good guy, and like we've been friends for a while. We chat here and there, and you know what I mean. Like, he's cool, but they put the fucking money, the cha-ching sign, the cha-ching sound coming in. This is the worst moment. It's just like, holy fuck. It's not him. It's like the editor. It's just like, oh my god.
Anymore.
Offering my new service, the divorce lawyer service, pro bono. This is actually the first time I've seen in this guy's face that he seems actually concerned with what's going on. I wonder if he just laughs because he gets nervous and awkward when people cry.
I am so sorry. You do not deserve this. And I don't even know what to say.
Caleb, say that you'll fund her divorce lawyering. Maybe that'll change things.
See, I really don't. I know you're the one that's watched this show for a long time, right?
Yes.
What? He watches the show? What the fuck is wrong with you? You watch the show and you act like this?
But I don't even know what to say to you. I mean, I want to like give her like the biggest hug in the world. You know, I feel so bad for her, and you just immediately lied again when you said how much was left to try to get your ass out of a situation that she thought it was supposed to be paid off a year ago. She just said, "What the is wrong with you?"
Okay, walk me through the situation. What happened? How'd you get here?
We were so far ahead in payments that I didn't owe anything for a while, and it said I had no minimum payment, so I just didn't pay for it for a couple months, and that money I took, I used for our trip when we went to Cabo.
You guys went to Cabo.
And so when the payment finally came that I wasn't caught up, I had to make the minimum monthly again. And I made it, and then I forgot about it, and then I had to pay 2 payments.
He forgot about it, guys. It's funny because they can afford to go to these vacations if they just save their money better. Holy shit.
I still don't see how we were so close to paying it off, and then you owe more than what I thought we did when we were just a few months away from paying it
Because
off.
he's an asshole.
I think that because I missed the payment, it added money to it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, he's obviously lying about something else.
And I didn't pay on it for 3 months because there was no minimum monthly, which charges interest.
But why would you not just pay it so that you can pay it off?
Sorry, there was no minimum monthly, so you didn't pay off as much because it doesn't charge interest. Oh, I wonder why it's such a problem here.
Because I wanted money to spend while we were in Cabo.
That's when you save money.
So this is just his way of like pushing it off onto her. Like, oh, it's your fault. Oh, you wanted to go to Cabo. We wanted to go to Cabo, so I had to do. It's just if by itself this wouldn't have been such a big deal, but considering we've been constantly hearing the way that he talks to her about this shit, like that's what it is. It's just another excuse.
You don't.
I did save money by not spending it on the truck.
What? But your interest is going up.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Then we.
Here's the problem. You know, here's my advice to women out there. Be the kind of woman that a man would genuinely believe would stab him in his sleep. That's the kind of woman that you need to be. Because, you know, I'm 6'4". I'm 330 pounds. My wife is simply not that. Okay? But I'll tell you that I have to sleep, and I'm afraid my wife will stab me to death if I ever fuck with her to some degree, because my wife is crazy. And that keeps me in line. And so, like, you need to be the kind of guy, the girl that's like crazy. You need to be a little crazy. Honestly, be crazy. Here's my justifier for you to be crazy, because you have to do it. You have to be that kind of person.
We knew about Cabo for a long time. We could have saved money for that.
But we didn't save any money. I saved money for it.
See, there you go. It's entitlement complex. That's what it is.
The only reason we had any money to spend while we were there was because of me.
There you go. There we go, baby.
You make trips and you plan them so that you have the money when you need it.
He spends money on her as a way to just guilt her into doing whatever he wants. Like, that's all it is. He doesn't give a shit.
We knew about that for over a year.
Yes.
We could have done things to put away money before.
But we didn't. And we didn't talk about it. You didn't save any money. So
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. How are we all existing in the same conversation here? This guy is talking about how it's his money. He could do whatever he wants with it. Blah, blah, blah. All this other dumb bullshit. Why does she have to budget then? If it's your money, then if it's your money to spend, it's your money to budget. It doesn't make sense. These two things conflict with each other. You can't be the guy oh, it's my money guy, and then complain when your wife doesn't save any money. It's your money, right? Like, you keep talking about how it's your money. Then if it's your money, you save your money. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to tell her it's your money and you can do whatever you want with it, spend it, rack up tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and then go, well, it's your fault. You didn't help me save money. What are you talking about?
Use that opportunity to save money, to spend money in Cabo.
Oh my God, this guy is a fucking asshole.
And my truck payment, I didn't have to pay for 3-4 months, so it was
4
fine.
months. Oh, like how it went from 3 to 3-4 months. It went from 3 to 3-4 months.
In my head, it was fine.
But if you would have just paid it off, then the money that you would have been putting towards your truck would have been that extra spending money.
Yeah, but the truck didn't need to be paid off right then. It needed spending money for Cabo.
Okay.
But she thought you paid off the truck. You agreed to pay off the truck.
Yes.
How the can you possibly have that opinion then? How is that opinion even possible to have?
I don't know. I mean,
You went against what you both agreed on,
Yeah.
and you're saying it's okay because
But it's my money. It's my money, guys. I'm a baby.
Are you okay?
Not really, no.
Yeah. What's going through your head right now?
Every time we talk about this, I feel like it gets worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe she needs to be maybe she needs to be a certain kind of woman. You know what I'm saying?
there's just always something else waiting.
I wonder if I can glide this right now.
Is there anything else, man?
No, I can't.
Is there anything else that I don't know that she doesn't know?
The
Just
Amex is
get it
higher.
out. Huh?
The Amex credit card is higher.
How much higher?
$2,049.
Wow. Nice guy.
How often do you feel like this?
I don't know.
It's so funny because it feels like Caleb really wants her to leave him. Which I don't blame him for, by the way.
What to do. I hate saying I'm not the problem.
You're
But
not
I'm
the problem.
not.
You're not.
She's not the problem. I mean, like, is there more she could do to advocate? Sure. But like, there's only so much you can really do, and he's not the kind of guy that would be receptive. I mean, like, this is the problem. If you want to be a man and you want to have more of the power in a relationship, you have to treat that power correctly. You don't get to act like a fucking piece of dog shit. You just don't get to do it.
Not the problem.
I don't know what to do to change.
You
Or
can't.
what conversations to have to make things different.
You can't. It's kind of. It's in a way less the addiction side, but still the behavior of an addict. The dude's not going to change unless he changes.
True.
And if he doesn't, you're essentially just allowing yourself to stay with an alcoholic forever.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's so hard to say for someone that just had a kid. It's so hard to say for someone that loves the person in front of them. But oh my, what is going through your head right now?
What's going through your head when Caleb Hammer is actively advocating for your wife to leave you? I would be like, he's not even angry about it. Like, Caleb's 100% correct, by the way, but he's not even angry about it. He's just like, what? Dude, I think he wants her to divorce him, and he's a fucking coward and won't just like initiate it himself. So he treats her like absolute dog shit.
You fucked up. Listen to your language. You don't give a fuck, and you're not going to change. Do you think he's going to change? Down in your heart,
She hopes.
I know you hope. Do you think?
I think he can.
You think he can, but you've been with him this entire time. So answer the question. Do you think he's going to change?
No.
Damn. Hard pill to swallow.
That's
Dude.
fucking real, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants her to leave him, just to be clear. He's the kind of guy that like wants his wife to leave him, and then he's gonna be like, "Yeah, that fucking bitch left me with the 2 kids." He's gonna cry. He's gonna go on Red Pill podcast, and everybody's gonna be like, you know, Pearl Davis is gonna be like, "You see, he was just a good dad providing for his kid, and then the mom took the kid away from it." Like, this is the kind of person.
Yeah. My own wife doesn't have faith in me.
Yeah, I don't either, dude. Holy fuck. How old are they? He's 28 and she's 26.
You're smiling and laughing.
I'm trying to get through the pain.
I'm just trying to get through the pain, guys. I'm smiling and laughing through the pain, guys. It's just the pain. It's not my fault. Another thing, it's not his fault. It's the pain's fault, dude. Holy fuck, dude. What the fuck?
Why would she have faith in you?
I don't know. At this
You
point,
haven't given me a whole lot to go off of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I'm actually hurting more than her. It's so sad. Guys, can we get an L in the chat for how sad I am right now?
I feel so
I thought I
bad
was
for
going to
you.
knock him out of that.
I want everything in my heart right now is I want to fix this for you. You have no idea. I feel so bad for you. And man, I would do like anything right now to fix this for you. But there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's all on him. And you're right. It's not a situation where you can leave. You're not in a position to. You're trapped. You're trapped and you've given up as well.
True.
You're trapped and you've given up as well. Obviously, I'm going to sit you guys down with a therapist. 3 sessions for free with Sondermine.
I love you so much, Caleb. I love Caleb so much because he's genuinely hurting her for her. I think it's a beautiful moment. And he's like, I'm going to set you up with Soundermind. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, shit. He's like, it's fucking your therapy session with this horrible, abusive guy brought to you by Soundermind. Fuck. I love Caleb so much.
Well, I'm lucky that I'm able to gift that because of them. Because
True. Give the plug.
if there's ever been anyone that needs therapy, you might need your own therapy.
Unironically, all jokes aside, I don't know if he's the kind of person who therapy will resonate with him, because therapy, as this sounds like super cliche and silly and stupid, but therapy only works for people who are open to therapy working. And for this kind of guy who doesn't really care, he knows what to say. Because he's constantly saying like, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. He's not the kind of guy, I don't think, where that therapy works. Like he's just not. I think that like he's the kind of person who knows what to say to people, and so therapy struggles to be effective for him. I think that he would just tell the therapist what they wanted, or he thought he wants that they want to hear. He'll like victimize himself. The therapist will fall for it at first. And nothing of any productive value will really happen at first. Or in general, I don't feel confident in it, honestly.
I've been in counseling lately.
Why?
Does he know that?
Mostly just work stress, but just kind of everything.
Is
in
it
life.
work stress?
It really is.
Okay.
No, stress tends to compound itself, so I doubt it's like exclusive work stress. It's probably like general overall stress, and like work is probably part of that stress. You know, so it's probably a factor in the stress, but I doubt that it's like the entirety of the stressful situation. But like if she didn't have a piece of dog shit husband, I doubt that she would be feeling so much stress. You know.
Okay. Mattress Firm.
That one's in my name. That was whenever we bought our mattress and the.
Adjustable base.
So some of it is you.
I mean, that one.
It's a fucking mattress, Caleb. Give her a break. It's a mattress, Caleb.
We did need a bed, so
Yeah,
we bought a bed.
You guys need a bed.
You need a $5,228 bed.
That is a little. Oh, Jesus Christ. That might be a little much. Sorry, TikTok's is silly. That might be a little bit much. I'll tell you, you can get some really nice beds at Bob's for a couple grand. I love Bob's. I have my bed from Bob's. I have my office chairs behind me from Bob's. I have a couch from Bob's. I have another couch. I have 2 couches from Bob's. I always recommend getting the warranty. This is unironically not brought to you by Bob's. Okay, I don't have like a, but I go to Bob's all the time. You get like really solid shit for a good price with decent warranties. For a reasonable price. Not like cheap, but it's also it's affordable. But fucking $5,000 is kind of crazy for everything together. You know what I mean? That's a little crazy. It's wild to me.
I might have been talked into that one.
I have a really nice mattress and it's not that much. What
Yeah.
It's the best mattress in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing: they can afford that kind of mattress if they didn't spend so much outside of that. If they're like, "Hey, let's splurge for a mattress," there's nothing wrong with that if you have the money. Like I believe in those types of comforts. You know, I don't like the people who are in tremendous debt, but they decide to get like a tablet and then get like an internet plan on their tablet. Like, what are you doing? But if you have the money and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna save, and then I'm going to get a really nice bed to be comfortable on at night. I think that makes perfect sense to me. Because, you know, you want to have like a fucking nice, comfortable place to stay. Have some heating, have a nice bed, have this. Those are the priorities. They have the money.
We get that when we can afford it.
We could have just gone with the mattress, but I was talked into everything. The adjustable base, which was not necessary, so that was probably $2,000 more.
How often do you use it?
Every night.
When you're home, you use it.
4 days a week.
I do not.
4 days a month.
I don't use it if I'm.
Wait, so does he have his own adjustable mattress or whatever at home? At like his
It's just
crib?
And why is the remote on the bed when I come home every time?
Who gives a fuck who uses it? It's not about like if you're gonna get me something I don't want, and if I don't want to spend the money on it, guess what? I'm still gonna use it. I'm still gonna use it, guys. Is that crazy? But I'm still going to use it. It's just that I could do without it. You know, like if I'm like, yeah, we need a new TV. Hey, we need a new TV. Oh, okay. I kind of want like a $200 TV, and my wife's like, oh, I want a $1,000 TV, and I decide to go with it. I'm still gonna use it. I'm still going to use it. It's just that, you know, I didn't need to.
I used that the other night. I don't go to sleep. I tried to sit it up, but it didn't help anything.
It's not like you spend money every time you use the thing. You know what I mean? It's like you've already fucking got it. You might as well spend it.
Yeah.
Oh.
What now,
It
Caleb?
expires in a year and a half.
What's that mean? What expires? The interest?
Okay. With how many months is left in order to get it?
Oh, the interest-free expires. Okay.
We got 12 plus 5.
It's probably one of those mattresses with 2 separate sides. You know, my wife has talked about us getting that kind of a mattress. I've thought about it, or a bed like box spring or whatever. This way, I can sit myself up more because I have heartburn. You know.
Okay, so we got 18 months to pay this off. You have 5,228.
Oh, they haven't even paid anything.
Divided by 18, you guys need to make payments of 290. Minimum monthly payment is 183. You need to make payments of 291.
That's weird because
You're not doing that.
no, whenever we had set up the payments, they said there was a certain period of time that we could have it paid off, and it wasn't going to charge any interest.
Yeah,
And so-
9/27, 2026. I mean, I might be off by a month, which moves the number down to the 262 you paid.
Yes, because I figured it out and I knew I was paying more than
We'll say
the.
262.
Okay, because I knew I was making
Wait,
more
they
than
have
the.
a deferred interest payment. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that? Why would they have a deferred interest payment though? I'm confused with
minimum because I was trying to get it paid off before it started charging interest.
What does tonight look like when we leave here?
A long conversation
Probably an abusive conversation.
back home.
Probably some more tears.
Are you actually going to have a conversation?
I'm going
She'll
to
try.
Yeah,
What does your attempt look like?
not yelling
Do you yell?
occasionally.
Yeah, no
gets
shit. He's
heated.
angry. The only time he's not yelling is when they're not fighting because he's fucking abusive. You could tell that he's a fucking abusive person. The way he's acting here, he's acting like an asshole.
What do you yell about? This is all you.
I know
So what do you yell?
that I don't want to talk about it.
Oop, that's wrong.
Is that what he yells?
Pretty much.
Sounds about right.
It's about normally how it goes.
That makes sense to me. Yeah, he yells because he's a piece of shit. It's terrible because like people with anger, like again, I have my own anger problems and like I've been able to manage them really well with my wife. He doesn't have like the desire to change. That's the problem. Like it's not like he has anger problems because he's emotional. Like he doesn't know how to deal with his emotions correctly. It's that he justifies his shitty behavior. Like he doesn't care. That's the problem. Like he doesn't give a shit that he has like these issues at all. That's the problem. Like it's not like he sometimes loses his shit, but he tries to keep it under like in a good spot. It's that he's like does not give a shit, and then he has anger problems on top of that, which makes him additionally worse.
Yeah. I mean, it's already charged almost $1,000 in deferred interest, so don't pay this off. By then, like $3,000 of interest is going to hit, if not more. Okay. Because it's charging at 35%.
35%. Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay. Academy. What is this?
That is my card. I went to Academy with a friend of mine, and they had some jackets on clearance
What is Academy? I'm assuming it's you buy stuff.
during when it was cold.
You could have
And I-
just
We needed jackets. It was cold.
bought them rather than
Why is
put them
there-
on a credit card.
What do you think's happened here? Do you have any insight into this card?
No, I didn't know about it till. I mean, I knew the card was there, but normally there's not a balance on it. So
Tell her what happened.
I hit a late fee because I forgot I used the card.
maybe you shouldn't use the cards, and then there's not a late fee. If you would have just bought it outright with a debit card, you wouldn't have had to worry about that.
There was no money in the debit card.
Then maybe don't spend money you don't have.
Well,
It's really simple.
Damn, she's starting to
jacket.
kick up the pace
Because you
here.
didn't have any at
we were
home.
Yell at her.
couldn't
Yell at
leave
him. I mean,
work.
don't yell at her. Yell at him.
To
I
go
think
get
you had a jacket. Did you have a jacket?
Not a work jacket.
Kind of a man buys new clothes. You know what I'm saying, dude? I don't buy new clothes. I wear the same goddamn underwear and shoes that I've worn for 10 years. Only reason I actually got something new is because my wife yelled at me to get it. Okay. What happened to that? You what are you doing?
Okay.
They were on sale.
You have a late fee.
And how much is this sale for? What is the sale for, buddy? How much did you spend?
For a jacket.
For a jacket. 2 jackets. They're nice jackets.
Wait, did he buy his friend the jacket too? Is he gay?
Yes.
Why'd you need 2?
They were on sale.
Why do you need any more?
I like jackets. They're dress jackets. They look decent.
They're dress jackets? I'm so confused. He just said it was cold. Why the fuck do you need... I'm sitting here thinking that they're work jackets. He bought 2 dress jackets? I'm not understanding. I don't understand why you need 2 dress jackets. When it's cold. You have to buy dress jackets? I don't get that.
I have to dress presentable.
For what? For the electricity people? Like, what's happening? What is he talking about? He's just saying things. What?
Look, you all know I love calling people out on their financial train wrecks. We've
Okay.
tackled credit cards, payday loans, and more. But there's one giant moneymaker we've only scratched the surface on: real estate.
I have 5 houses.
That's right, the buy a house, get rich game. And that's if you play it right.
Maybe he was. Maybe he is. We just have another family or something. Maybe a gay family.
You see, my own journey started in sales with tens of thousands of dollars in bad debt. I was that dude. But once I hustled my face off and wiped the state clean, I realized the real belt-wielding power? Investing, and real estate in particular. I saved for some years, put down on my first home, watched it grow in value, and then snowballed that equity into multiple rentals, and ultimately, the condo where I started filming these chaos-filled financial audits you guys love. And that's why I'm thrilled to announce my brand new course, Master Your Real Estate. I'm pouring everything I know into how I went from broke and basically mooching cheap rent to leveraging property appreciation, collecting rent checks, and scaling up. And as a thank you for buying at launch, you'll be able to get the course at over 30% off through March 31st. And for the first 250 people who sign up, you'll get access to my exclusive Q&A where I deep dive into my real estate portfolio. So listen, this is the blueprint I wish I had when I was scraping by. My system will show you how to understand market cycles so you're not buying at the worst possible times, spot a money pit versus a gem, build a mini empire of rentals that send you a paycheck while you're napping, and I'll also show you stuff like the BRRR or BRRR method, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat, commercial deals, plus the not so boring side of mortgages and home inspections. Basically, all
Let me tell you, man, I think like owning a bunch of properties to rent to other people is so shitty. Like, it's shitty that you can do it in such a weird way. I just feel like the renting market's terrible. But you should get your individual bag. Like, I don't blame people for doing it, but like, I don't like when big corporations do it. You know what I mean? We just have to get that under control. And okay. Incredible.
all the do's and don'ts that could save you from a midnight roof collapse. There's no gimmicks, no rocket science, just real strategies I used to transform my net worth from zero to hundreds of thousands of dollars before I started this YouTube channel. So if you
No, we don't fast forward commercials here. We watch through them. If we're gonna react to someone's video, we keep their ads on.
You're ready to
Especially
get the
Caleb
house
Hammer,
of
dude.
your dreams, finally wrap your head around mortgages and not get bamboozled. Learn how real estate can become your biggest wealth booster. Then master your real estate is your next move. Sign up for the course today, lock in that massive discount only through the end of this month, and dive into the world of real estate investing. Seriously, real estate has changed my life, and it can change yours too. Let's go make real estate your next big win. And remember, we always offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, but we have the lowest refund rate in the industry for a reason. I bring the value. Check it out, link in
I bring the boom.
the description below. Well, of course, interest is charging. We have a $37 minimum monthly payment, and absolutely nothing's happening here. We're just sitting at $206.13, of which she thought was zero. Knew it and bought a jacket.
But it was cold, and I had a really nice event to go to. It was such a chilly time out.
2 jackets. Why'd you get this card?
To hide it from my wife.
I've had that card for a while. I can't
I
remember
had this card to hide from my wife. Can you give me 5 big boobs for hiding money from my wife?
the original reason I got the card.
You told Lindsay, the producer, because you were bored and you wanted a gold card.
That was the
That's so funny. The only thing that makes it so funny to me is that reminds me of one of those moments. You ever see they bring cheaters on Maury, and then backstage they just they set them up to talk to somebody, and while they're talking to that person, they hit on them, and then all of a sudden they're getting handsy and feely with the girl behind the stage. It sounds like they set him up with that too. They had a girl talk to him, some person talk to him, and then he ended up admitting that he's a piece of shit. He's like, yeah, I had that for a while. Oh, wait, I told her that I actually got that because I'm a scumbag. And oh, okay.
The Amex. Not
Oh,
the
that's the next card? Oh, my God.
Oh, was it another card? Incredible.
Okay.
Who could keep up?
This is at 36%. This card, the card we're just talking
didn't
about.
think I'd get it.
36 for %. You're just sitting, you're not even paying. Sitting, not even paying. Well, your wife is at home trying to raise your kid and also work.
True. Caleb, ask him the question. Do you love your kid? Do you actually love your kid? Ask him, Caleb. Ask him.
AmeriExpress. Is this the one you said is higher?
Yes.
So what is it now?
3,000 something.
It went up $2,000.
Yes.
$2,000.
For what?
Yeah, for what?
So I thought my RV rent was automatically paid.
Oh my God, him and there's always a fucking excuse. There's a fucking excuse to be like a degenerate. It's insane.
It was not.
Pay for rent on a credit card?
Yeah. So I was behind 3 months because I thought it was an automatic withdrawal.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't.
You didn't know that?
I knew he was paying for it on the credit card, but
Oh, for fuck's sake, I asked if there's anything else you're hiding. You were behind 3 months. You didn't even know.
And so I had to pay for it.
how did they let you get behind?
They didn't even know. I talked to the park manager. She had no idea.
Genuine question for the audience. You have to remember, these are just real people from the audience, just like you can be if you apply. But question with the feeling and empathy and everything that is whatever going through my head right now. How do you rescue somebody that literally kind of can't be rescued and doesn't want to be rescued, and you also feel weird about rescuing because they have a kid? You can't tell them to leave the guy, and also it's
Well, you can. Caleb's going through it about Caleb. I know you can afford it. You can afford it, Caleb. I know exactly what you're thinking, Caleb. You can get them to do it for $10,000. No, I'm just kidding.
weird to tell people to leave someone, and also how the do you do it, especially when they don't make money? What the do you do? I don't know what to do. I don't want you in this situation, and I don't know what to do. I can get you guys out of debt. That depends on him changing. You agree with me that you don't think he's going to change.
It's crazy how much Caleb is advocating for her to leave this guy. It's actually insane. I agree with him, though. It's wild, though.
What the do I do about you? Because you're the one I want to save here. How the You're the fan of the show, but she's the one I like.
That's usual.
I don't know. I'm really hoping this wakes him up.
Hope.
That's all I have at this point.
How long have you been hoping?
A while.
Exactly. Yeah, interest is accruing, $29.14. Got some pay overtime stuff. $40.47. No, well, the minimum payment is probably like $120 now.
Do you want me to check?
No, it's probably $120. If it's 3 times the balance, I'm going to assume Hulu, and Smith Outdoor.
What is?
Smith Outdoor.
What is that? Well, it was chilly. I needed a 15th jacket.
SMMT Outdoor.
Oh, Summit Outdoor. I bought a cup.
I could have swore I just saw that said like $48. You put a $48 cup? What?
That I saw on Instagram.
On a credit card.
On a credit card.
You guys get along normally?
Other than finances, yes.
But how often is that versus finances?
We get along
I'd
just
say
fine.
most of the time, yeah.
And we get along just fine, you know. I don't know, man. I'm skeptical.
Okay.
I
How
think,
often is finances? How often is that?
I think we have a good spout once a month.
About
And
finances, probably, yeah.
And it probably needs to be more often.
No, you know what's crazy? It doesn't need to be more often. You guys don't need to fight more often. Like, listen, I relationships need conflict to work well. Like, you know, these types of relations, like a marriage or whatever. And the reason it needs conflict is because you need to continuously set boundaries. But this goes beyond like needing a conflict to set boundaries. That this guy doesn't like. It's not like they have a boundary set and then it needs to be reaffirmed, because that happens with everybody. You know, it happens in everybody's life where you'll set boundaries with your partner and then both people will respect the boundary, but something happens and like that changes. And a lot of times, like with me and my wife, when we have to reaffirm boundaries, it's because something happens that like justifies the breaking of a boundary. Like maybe somebody gets sick and they can't do as many of their chores, or something happens or they're stressed at work, and then, you know, the dynamic changes a little bit, but it's like understandable, because it's understandable because, like, you know, the other person is struggling and having a rough time, but then you have to reaffirm that boundary, because things went a little too far, got off the rails a little too much. That makes sense. But they never can establish boundaries because he fucking whines and cries and pretends that he just fucking plays these games where he pretends that he can't hear any criticism and makes an excuse for it. So, you know, once a month, like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's just more excuses for his bad behavior.
Why is it even a spout, though? What defense do you have? You don't have a defense.
I just feel like I'm being attacked. Like I'm not allowed to say.
Because you are the problem. You legitimately are.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes addressing it. He'd rather it just
He doesn't care. It's not about him addressing it. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a piece of dog shit.
be hidden, and he hopes that it'll figure itself out on its own somehow. But that's not how it works.
Dude, you shouldn't have access to a credit card. You can't manage your credit cards. You can't manage having access to credit. Again,
He wants the problem to go away without doing any work to change it. That's what he would like. That's really what's happening here.
you can use, just like everyone in the audience and on the show, you can use the Fizz card because it's a debit card that builds credit if you really care about that part, if you want fun. But you can't do this. I would just close these accounts. You already have the house, so what credit are you shopping for?
It's a lot of paper.
Yeah, because if you close down the account, it's going to hurt your credit score. But that they already have a house, like that's why he's saying, like, what credit are you shopping for? Because he doesn't really need to. They don't really need to continue. They could take a credit hit for right now, then close these accounts, and it would be better for them.
HEB card?
Yeah.
Never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a new thing.
That was my doing as well.
Oh, really? I would have thought it was
Okay.
hers, dude.
HEB. Never thought I'd write that down in the debt column. Okay, with a new balance of $483.95, with a minimum payment of $25, it was $683.95 of purchases.
When he told me about that one, I said the only way that we're going to have that and use that is if we're literally going buying groceries and then immediately paying off. And he said that's what we would do. And that has not happened.
You
obviously.
believe them?
Otherwise,
Okay.
it'd be a zero balance.
Jeez, dude. Just really don't get it. It's not even all HEB. There's a Wyndham. Yeah, like buying
Isn't that a hotel? Dude, I've stayed there before now.
something in a hotel lobby.
I would
And what
add-
is Murdoch Ranch and Home for $261? That's not HEB. She doesn't even know this. Again,
Is he staying in a hotel without her
she doesn't
knowing?
even know this. I'm looking at
She
her
was
reaction.
there for the Murdoch. She was
Why
with
would
me.
you put it on an HEB card?
That was the one I had in my hand.
What is it glued to your hand? I'm so confused.
Put another one in your hand.
I don't carry my wallet very often, so I used my,
Why?
'cause my phone does everything for me.
There's always an excuse. Oh, I don't carry my wallet on me often. What are you talking about? Holy fuck.
Except for using a card.
It does
That
make
makes more
sense.
sense.
Well.
Like a debit card for you. All I'm saying is the amount of money you guys have spent on bull. By the way, literally, if you were just putting that in the Moomoo app, like the investing app that I use, if it's literally sitting there uninvested with the sign up rewards, when you put in like $2,000 and all that stuff, you get like a literal like 16% return on your money, which is better than you even get on an average stock market year. So like, this is so stupid what you guys are doing. It's all going to interest instead. It's all going to interest instead and stupid. Just stupid. And I don't know what to do. I just feel bad for you. Apple Card.
That
What's
one's
up?
mine.
Is this paid off normally?
Normally it is. Last year, most of the year, it did carry a balance for plane tickets.
Is it carrying a balance now?
I think there's like $200.
Jesus Christ, they have so much fucking debt. And I'm assuming that this is like not like house debt. You know what I mean? Like this is just like expenditure debts. You know, it's one thing to have like debt from a home is one thing. Like, oh, it's my mortgage and my rent. You know, it's another thing to have this.
Always on it right now.
Like a house is considered good debt. You know.
But
Why? So it's not all him.
I pay mine off every month.
But you said there's a balance on here.
There's a balance, but it's from the past month, so it's not due yet until the end.
Oh,
of
but
the
you
month.
pay it off every month.
Yes.
Okay, then that doesn't have to go in the column then. When's the last time it wasn't paid off and interest accrued?
Probably about 6 months of last year. We bought plane tickets. For,
When was the last one though? Like how long has it been paid off every month by?
Probably the past 5 or 6 months.
Okay, then I
I've
won't
paid
write
it
the
off.
balance down. I mean, it's still this is your card. You're going out to eat all the time. Whataburger, Starbucks. Or then there's some other things in there as an urgent care and a health thing. But I mean, going out to eat and getting some Starbies.
That's not very often, I can say that.
It's not very often. It was 3 times within the month. You know, obviously we don't have the full
I mean, that's not too bad considering. You know.
package. Yeah, in terms of what has been spent across the board, which is on one card. You know, just thinking of priorities of money. Let me see if that's confirmed though. Yeah, no interest. Good. Okay. Good. Verizon. Synchrony Verizon card. Why?
I originally got the card because it gave you money off of your bill.
Okay, he got another credit card to give you money off of a bill. Is that what he's saying? A Verizon credit card? Am I just misunderstanding? Like the reason that they do that is because they make money off of you doing that. That's why they have you do shit like that.
I was.
But now you're accruing interest.
I
And
was paying it
There's
off
purchases on a Verizon card? Why?
our new phones.
You just got new phone. That doesn't make sense. You didn't get a $245 phone, did you?
No.
Then what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's usually you get more than that for a phone. What?
Because that was how many purchased.
That's a monthly bill.
Oh, but you're accruing interest. You're not saving any money with $26.96 of interest. What fucking money are you saving with the $41 minimum monthly payment? Yeah, that's great. Just this alone, without putting any more purchases on, which is, by the way, impossible because you put your minimum monthly payments on this. How long does it take to just pay off this $1,136? How long does this take to pay off?
With just putting monthly minimum?
Yeah, without adding any higher balances, which are impossible.
16 months.
How long do you think?
I have no idea.
You'll be 30.
Holy sh!
Wow.
Just to pay off 1,136.
That's crazy.
What the fuck are we doing? USAA. Is this his?
Hours.
We're both on it.
Who's spending?
Me.
Of course. $1,567.41 with a $47 minimum monthly payment. Actually, no spending was done on this, but interest is accruing. How long does this take to pay off, guys? Just doing the minimum payment without purchases.
A long time.
3 years.
3 years? How long? What do you think?
Probably 6.
Okay, you'll be 40.
That's ridiculous.
It's so interesting when you put it like that. Like that you'll be fucking 40 years old by the time you pay it off. They're fucking 26 and 28. That's insane.
Yeah, literally almost double your age. That you have. Well, no, that's not true.
Not quite. But that's crazy.
The Verizon one makes no sense anyway. I mean, I know where you guys live. You have good T-Mobile coverage. I would just do something like Helium for $15.
I love you, Caleb. He's so fucking brilliant. Like content brain, it's insane. Like, hey, you could just use this like alternate, because that's what they do. Like the alternative mobile services, they work off of like another network. So it's like, oh, the T-Mobile service over there is really good. Why don't you do that? You know he's like rehearsing it before. You know he's rehearsing it before the show starts. You know what I mean? It's fucking funny.
A month per line. It's like I just don't understand why. Okay, it's just why pay for the name brand when you don't have to these days? Huge interest rate on there.
Shit, I'm a phone snob,
Oh
baby.
my gosh. Okay, there's still a lot to go through. What is this? What is this? Unsecured fixed rate loan? Is this a personal loan? What am I looking at?
Personal loan.
See the original loan amount, but what's the current? When did you get this? Because the current balance is
I'm a phone snob, baby.
it's the same. What was this personal loan for? $35,116.57.
What the hell is that?
To pay off the Amex.
Debt consolidation.
Oh, and
Oh my god. Wait, so they have debt consolidation and then they got themselves into debt? What the fuck?
how did that work?
It didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty well, I guess.
Without
Not
changing
really.
the behavior which you are incapable of,
JK,
which he is
hello.
incapable of which you have no hope of him even doing. No, you have hope. You just don't believe he will. Then obviously this
don't
does
either.
nothing because then you just owe double the debt. You consolidate it, then you build it all the way back up. And guess what? We built it all the way back up, right? So personal loan again, $35,116.57. It's an insane balance. Basically doubles where we are that we've talked about already, if not more. 600. No, that's the interest. What's the minimum to payment?
It's like 700 and something.
772.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
That just eats a huge chunk from your guys' actual take-home pay. That's crazy. That is crazy. That was the Amazon card and the Amex. The Amazon card now is at $12,000 and the Amex is at $3,000. So we just built them all the way back up. Are you checking your phone? Is this not good? Are you not learning anything?
The minimum.
Where are we
monthly
not learning? Okay.
payment. Yeah, I was wrong. It's 744.69.
81 months remaining on this.
Yeah.
That's it.
A while. And that's
What a joke. How does this fucking continue? How does this actually continue? Like your guys' marriage, how does this continue?
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
know. What is this? It's 6%, so it's a little on the lower side. Still not good though.
It's
But it's
RV.
400. Your RV?
Yeah.
How much shit do they have? I don't understand.
Stop. Sorry. The RV.
Yeah.
Is this the one you're behind on? Wait, so we have an RV and you have an extra thing that you're renting?
No,
No.
the RV is what I live in.
you
What
have
was
to,
this thing you were behind on by 3 months?
you have to
the
pay
rent.
the rent
The rent on what?
at the RV,
RV
park.
park.
Oh my god.
What a joke. $44,788.63. Minimum monthly payment. These are getting disgusting now. $550.24. What the f are we doing, guys? What are we possibly doing?
There's a lot of bills.
Jesus. they all
Unnecessary
throw it at
bills.
in this game.
I
On
guess.
this? What?
No, I'm just like all of that is just unnecessary. There's
Yeah.
So like was it worth it for them to do that? To live apart? I mean, again, he seems like a kind of a piece of shit that you can't really necessarily I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. They should have just lived together if they're gonna spend all this money on all this shit. But then again, I don't know if he's the kind of guy that you can fucking be prisoner to at home.
very few things that-
$62,000 RV.
Well, we
We
tried
were-
to buy a home in 2021.
Yeah.
And we kept getting outbid in the market.
So you rent and save up and more to make a more
Well, it's kind of hard to rent and save up, but
competitive offer. Also, is 2021. You guys would have an incredible time buying now. It's a buyer's market.
So we bought the RV because of my job.
So we buy a depreciating asset. Great.
Yep.
Oh my! It really. Ah! The minimum to payment on this is $876. $876.03. $40,000, $255.71 balance on a fucking Hyundai 2023 Palisade.
that's my
incredible.
car. We bought that when I was
Do you really need this?
no.
Then why? Why do you have this? It's worth $18,000 and you owe $40,000 on it. It's worth $18,000.
That's sad.
Not only is it sad, but we're not getting out of it. There's
No.
no borrowing to get out of it, then getting a cheaper car, also borrowing and paying it off.
That's the main reason I didn't want to buy a brand new car. But
Didn't want to? Then why did you?
I wanted to.
But it's
Jesus Christ. This he just can't help himself.
not even your driver.
No, we were
what?
we were expecting, and I wanted her to have a new vehicle to be safe.
Oh, it's a safety thing. What?
It's always an excuse. Like, it's nice to have a new vehicle, but there's always a fucking excuse.
Do you think 2022 was all of a sudden just a wildly dangerous year of car?
Well, the problem with the 2022 and the 2023 was
Yeah.
they were the same price.
What about 2021? You think that was a wildly dangerous time? 2020, 2019, 2018? Where was everyone dying? I don't remember that.
I don't.
Was there
Well, there was COVID, but yeah.
everyone was dying in their Hondas in 2019, 2018?
In 2023, it was recommended as the safest vehicle.
Awesome. Where's the other
Bro, he's making an excuse to spend like an asshole. The fuck is he talking about?
ones dramatically dangerous? Is that what you're saying?
They're not dramatically dangerous. I just don't see why
I
you
get it, but
spend
guess
the
what?
He wanted an excuse to make a new purchase because it makes him feel nice.
You
That's
no
it.
longer have money. You don't have money. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. She's been in tears half the episode because of what you're doing. Obviously, this isn't working.
I wanted her to have a new car.
I know what you wanted, and it's dumb as fuck. When she pushes back on things, is she ever able to win?
No.
Why are you still with him? Even loving him, why are you still with him? Because how is this going to turn out in the end? Sometimes you just have to fucking cut off what you love, man.
Dude, he's saying this so many times, bro. I can't believe that this guy isn't losing his shit every time he says it. It's actually flabbergasting to me. It's wild.
Why are you still with him?
Because I see our future together.
The future of him dominating
It's getting a little too much with it, too.
everything and you not having a single say? That's the future?
No, I'm really hoping it's different.
Hoping. You've hoped for a decade.
Dude.
I still have hope. Somehow.
What's the interest rate on that?
I think it's 5.99.
It's not the worst. It's not the greatest. Appreciate an asset. 5.09 on the Navy Federal. What is the Navy Federal? Oh, this is the truck that she thought was paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1,721.46 with a minimum monthly payment of $365.68. Okay, cool.
Oh, I fucked up.
And it's actually worth like almost $10,000. So cool. We're gonna have a car paid off pretty soon, and we're gonna have some equity. It's gonna be paid off in what, like 5-6 months? All right, cool. Because you can't tell the full truth, why don't you tell us what's up?
I just love that truck.
Yeah,
really
why
do.
don't you tell us what's up in here? What's in the statement?
I didn't make any payments to it. I need to make more
He's
payments.
past due on the truck.
How far?
Oh.
It's almost paid off. Just a month. It's almost paid off though, and he's past due.
We have money in our account that we can make those payments. I don't know why. I don't know how you can't make the payments. Or why you're not making the payments.
I mean, I caught up
Obviously, you didn't.
now.
So you're okay with because you're gonna have to with the car that you wanted her to get that you now have to pay on and all this stuff. You're gonna pay off this car pretty soon if you actually make your payments. You're okay with just driving this into the ground over the next 10 years? Nothing else?
Yeah, that was the goal when I bought the truck.
Lies.
It also pulls my camper.
Lies. Fucking lies. I have someone in my ear,
Oh yeah.
iPad, that had a conversation with you when you weren't trying to just look good because you're getting pushed back on. I know exactly what you want to do, and that is a fucking lie.
I want to buy another car.
Yeah, what do you want to buy?
A Tesla.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude. You know, I was sitting here and I'm like, this guy sounds like a fucking MAGA supporter. He sounds like a fucking moron. Lo and behold, dude. Lo and behold. Now of all times you want to buy a fucking Tesla? I want to buy a Tesla so fucking bad right now. Oh my god.
And guess what? You guys have conversations. She says, no, we can't afford it. And you don't give a you always win because you just do it. He's going to go get a $45,000 Tesla Model Y. He's just going to go do it. And there's nothing that can be done. And it's just,
Why is he admitting this behind the scenes? My question, you know?
and that's just in your life now. And there's nothing you can do.
Oh, that's stupid as fuck for me.
You're going to deal with that forever for the next like 6 decades? You're just going to let that happen. You're just going to be okay with it.
I don't know what else to do.
I don't want to tell you to leave, but
Yes, you do, Caleb. Let the goon overtake you.
what the guys? What the mortgage. Okay. What's the house worth today?
Pretty much the same as what we bought it at.
Okay.
Fuck, I thought I'd get that.
You owe $250,796.13. It's at a 6.625% interest rate. As well, we're just about what we're getting. Property taxes $2,185.61 minimum payment. No, yeah, that makes about sense with that interest rate. Okay. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 debts.
That's a lot.
Well done. And she has to sit and think about this, and she wants to fix it, and then you won't do anything to do it because this is a great, healthy relationship. What's up with this checking account?
Which checking account is it?
USA.
How many are there?
AA, Federal, USA, Classic Checkings. There's 941 in there.
What's the?
I don't have the numbers. We blacked them out for privacy.
It's either hers or mine.
I mean, I'm seeing like gas. What? Yeah,
That's
gas.
going to be the one that your paycheck goes into.
Going and getting some bullshit from the gas station. Roja's Kitchen. Going in, getting something from the gas station. Going and getting something from the gas station. Putters and Gutters. Apple Putters and Gutters. What the even is that? Going in and getting some BS Putters and Gutters. What is that?
It's a
It's
entertainment
like
place.
arcade.
You're spending like $36 every second of your life there. Going in. Oh well, Target. I don't even know for 214. Who knows? Whataburger, Ranch and Home, Netflix. Apple cash that out. $80.
Apple cashed it out to who? What is happening?
Minky Couture and Smoke City. Who's Smoke City?
Me,
What are you getting?
a vape.
Why?
Oh, this guy can't get any. He's just like, he can't get any worse. A vape too? Come on. You're abusing your kid. You're abusing your wife, and you also vape. I don't know. That seems like even worse. You know. Holy shit.
Why accumulate all this debt, have her name on some of it, get lung cancer, die, and leave her and the baby with it? You're very good at being selfish in this entire relationship. Good job. Apple Bill, Amazon, Spotify, Patreon, Texas Roadhouse. I guarantee you our YouTube membership has a million times more content on a weekly basis than that Patreon, by the way. We've looked. We offer the most, I
Okay.
guarantee it. Apple, Amazon, Apple, Onyx Maps?
Oh,
Onyx Maps? What is that?
It's a hunting app.
It's
That I will say
hunting
was
app?
a complete accident. So it's an
What? How do you? What? It's an accident?
annual based payment
Yeah, that you can cancel.
that I canceled after it came out.
What?
I attempted
Sorry.
to call and told them I forgot, and they said sorry.
Well, yeah, because you followed the contract and paid for it. Why the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay. Went in, got some. What are you getting from the gas stations all the time?
Energy drinks and snacks.
Buying
dude.
bulk, you
I lied. He's more of a douchebag than I thought.
you absolute Starbucks. Okay, so who's that? Is that both your spending or just his spending?
that's both of ours.
What are we doing? That's so much money when we're supposed to be paying off this debt. Okay,
Well, I feel like the Starbucks isn't that big of a deal.
1,457 in this checking account. What's up with this account?
That's the one that my paycheck goes into, and it's
Looks like money
for
just sent
bills.
back and forth. Yep, just bills. 2,602 into this. What is this?
That is
This is
that's
savings.
Rachel's. Oh, that's our joint savings account that we used to pay the mortgage out of.
So it's not savings.
No,
No.
we have another.
It's a
savings.
checking account
It's
for
just
mortgage.
a separate account that we put
Right,
mortgage
so we can't
into.
count that money for anything because we know your mortgage is 2,185 on a monthly basis. Okay, what about this savings? 2,300.
That is our savings.
Yeah, started at 1,000, went up, so you put a little bit of money in there. Well, we're paying 36% interest on all the bullshit. Okay. TMRS.
It's a retirement savings.
For which one?
That's for mine.
12,000. Okay. Not bad. What about you?
I have one as well.
And?
It's at 55,000.
Not bad. Okay, at least we got that part of us going, guys. At least we have that part. Okay. Okay. Listen, I'll give to you a course career certification so we can hopefully find you a situation to make more money. And then that gives you the freedom to make a bigger life choice if you ever want to. Not that I necessarily want you guys to, I'm just saying. So, whatever you want, we will gift it. $9,000 is our income. Okay, let's start figuring out how this budget looks like. And I can give you a debt payoff strategy potentially or how long it takes to pay off. But it all depends on the actions you actually put into it. And right now, I mean, you literally admitted at the beginning that you don't care. So, minimum monthly debt payments is $3,480.95, not including the mortgage. Mortgage, we have $2,185.61. What about utilities altogether?
They're probably about 300 to 320.
We'll do 320. What about internet?
120.
120.
Damn. Gas, vroom, drive for both.
Hers would be different. Mine. So I have a company truck that I'm allowed to take home on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
But during the weekday, if I come home, I have to take my personal.
Yeah, so how much gas on a monthly basis?
I haven't driven my truck except today in the last month and a half.
Okay, so nothing
No,
for this.
for
Okay,
me.
what about you?
On a monthly basis, you fill up three, 4 times
It's like once a week,
once a week.
How much a week?
like
Ish.
40.
Okay.
$160.
Yeah.
Car insurances
Oh, 372.
for both?
I think. I can
I think
check.
it's 370-ish.
We'll do 372. Phone bill?
But 265.
You gotta do the fucking. Okay, but that's when it's paid off. Food. Baby's not on the thing anymore, right?
Yes, the baby is still.
Baby's on the tip.
Yeah.
When do they get
Wait, how old? Usually, I could swear you're supposed to stop breastfeeding when the baby's like 1. No, am I wrong about that? Okay.
off?
When they want.
Yeah, but when do they?
I feel like you're supposed to wean them off when they're like 1 year old. No, am I wrong about that? That's fucking crazy.
Get off usually. We're
It
six,
really depends.
It's different for everyone.
the
Yeah.
baby's 16 months. When do you think it'll be off?
Probably 18 to 20 months. So
She likes her nighttime snacks.
For now, we can do the food budget for 600. It'll go up when you have to start buying for her.
she eats lots of food.
She eats
That aren't boobies?
Yes. So she only has So she eats food during the day
So I've never had one. I don't know.
and night.
I feel like you can go up to 2 years. Okay, maybe I'm wrong about that, but okay.
Nighttime snack is the only time she gets.
Okay. And don't give him any. He doesn't deserve it. No boob for him.
Shit, I'm gonna try I'm gonna try it for my wife's when she breastfeeds. I'm gonna try that shit. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Okay, well, she's just getting like snacks and stuff throughout the day. A little. Okay, well, this is 600. You could do
Might as well, dude.
You're gonna do 750. Should be good for you guys. TP fun with the kid, with what you guys need. It's gonna be a little bit more. I'm gonna call it 300 total. You got the diapers, we got all that good stuff. It's everything you need to survive. $300. Medical health care. Anything on a monthly basis?
No.
Not really, no.
Get closer to the mic, guys.
No.
Damn, her shit's that fucking good. Her healthcare. God damn, that's fucking great.
No, not that I can think of.
You have pets?
We have a
Yes, we have a
dog.
dog.
Age? Health?
He's in good health. He's 4.
Okay, get pet insurance. I'm gonna call it $40 a month. No way you guys could afford a big thing if it happened. How much for pet food on a monthly basis?
You're gonna mess with the chemicals made for your baby, dude. I'm not gonna drink it out of her fucking tit, dude. I'm just gonna drink it after she pumps. What are you talking about? I'm kidding. I'm gonna suck her right out.
Maybe $40.
Anything else that needs to be in your budget that I've not put in your budget?
Daycare.
Oh, how much a month?
200.
That's not bad.
800.
That's cheap. How the fuck you get a daycare for that cheap? What the fuck?
Oh,
200 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's 800 a month.
Everything in my head is weekly.
You guys have room. This is your choice. This is literally your choice to be in this debt. You need $6,866.56 on a monthly basis to survive. That means for your normal month, you have $1,133.44. We'll just call it 1,000 for some wiggle room. $1,000 left. Okay. Now with your higher balance on that one thing, but also minusing the mortgage, you guys have $144,688 of really bad debt. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but that's 144 months to pay off the debt.
12 years.
Wow.
12 years.
Not including the home.
Not including the home, no.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We either have to put in some overtime if that's an option to pick up even more and more and more. Do you turn overtime down?
No.
We need to start looking at increasing your income. You have a good job, you're sticking with it, and you're trying to make as much as possible. We need to start finding another job for you, or looking for a way to move up internally, which sounds hard. So maybe moving to a different place. But we need to up your income situation. If you're able to up this by $150 or an extra $500 on a monthly basis, like what was it, $117,000 a bed?
That's just to pay off what's going on now. And then obviously, he's not exactly the most responsible fucking spender. So that's not including how much more it's going to cost when he decides to generate more debt.
Something like that. I mean, that moves us down pretty substantially. It doesn't cut us in half, but it's pretty substantial. It's pretty close, actually. It's like 2/3 the time. This is brutal. When something's looking over, like, well over a decade, when you make good money, bankruptcy sometimes
Yeah.
can be considered an option. It's stressful, it's expensive, but this is a brutal situation. You guys can probably pay it down in 8 years if you bring in an extra $500 a month. It's difficult. We're going to get a second set of eyes on this with how brutal this is. Again, the free therapy sessions take advantage of that, but also I'm going to sit you guys down with Reed. He's who we work with him for our accounting stuff, but he's also a CPA and a big finance nerd. Let's see him and get him a second opinion. We'll pay for that session for you guys.
Thank you.
And maybe there's another way out of this that's not bankruptcy or 1,000 billion jillion years. But this is just brutal. That's not honestly what I'm focusing on here. I'm focusing on the relationship, and the relationship is a joke. And I don't know how you guys are going to survive together. I'm sure you guys
Christ.
are both lovely people outside of the financial situation, but finances, which is one of the leading causes for divorce in this country, I don't know how you guys are going to make it. You have the baby right now holding it together a bit more. I don't know what you guys are going to do a few years from now. Good luck. And I just feel bad for you. I really do. Spending in a budget, you overspent 0 out of 10. Debt, I mean, this is horrendous. Look how long it takes to pay off. It's going to be a 1 out of 10, though. It's as low as you can get without having anything in collections or IRS debt. Emergency fund, there is a little bit there. I mean, I'd have a 1 month emergency fund or whatever it takes to cover your highest deductible saved up, and the rest starts going to the debt. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Retirement, yeah.
Damn.
Okay. What did you say yours was?
55.
You're 28.
That's
Yeah.
probably good.
If we're looking to...
Why does he put money into his retirement? Didn't he say something along the lines of like, oh, I don't need, like, oh, you can't take the money with you anyway? So why does he have a retirement? It just, the only reason I'm saying that is because it doesn't make any sense to what he was saying earlier.
One-time salary by the time we are 30, you're probably close to a 6 or a 7. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. Okay. Well, and then you? What, remind me your retirement again?
I think it was like 12,000.
With where you are at 26, trying to get to you're probably about a 7 out of 10 as well. So 7 out of 10. Okay, real estate, not much of an equity position, so it's not the best position, but it's okay at a 5 out of 10. You'll get there with time. Obviously, the retirement in real estate is what is going to lift you guys up and make you look better than you really are. It's going to be a Hammer financial score today. As you said, a 3 out of 10. And it's because of those elements.
Wow.
Guys, join us on the post show.
Better than I
We
thought.
actually find out even more interesting information that I don't know, but the
Oh, that's crazy.
producers know
Oh wait, everything just got messed up. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry.
everything about them. So we talk about it there. So join us. Thousands of hours of extra content in our Hammer Elite version. It's literally the best membership on the entire platform. We've proved it with the source that we are on. So in terms of value driven, make sure to join that and download the Simpler Budget app. Check out Annual if you want that signed notebook. The Founders Edition will send it to you. See you guys in the post show. What are you gonna spend on this stupid fishing trip?
I don't know. My grandpa wants to go.
Get into it.
I know I'm the problem.
You've known you're the problem.
Well, my grandpa wants to go, guys. That's why I have to go to this fishing trip because my grandpa wants to go.
She's not like screaming at you and berating you. You're the one that screams.
He raises his voice.
It don't take much to make her cry.
I think there's definitely a lot of
Okay.
conversations that we need to get into.
To watch the financial audit post show, click the join button below.
Incredible. All right. Good stuff, man.